Welcome to Twitch University, where we learn about the best way to navigate Twitch as a viewer and a streamer. We interview a variety of streamers, moderators, and creators to learn about best practices, hear wisdom, and listen to the story about each person's Twitch journey. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? You'll like that new little intro song? You like that new intro? Let me know what you think. Shout out to Hey DJ Trey for the voice over. What's going on? What's going on? DJ Malachi, thank you for that sub. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Word, word, word. Nikki Dorrell, thank you for that sub. Also, happy Monday, 5 months. Kid Kut Up's in the green room. What's going on? Welcome, everyone. Good to see you all. Here we are. Here we are. All right, let's see here. This is what we call office hours. So open Q&A. We just help people with questions they have. What's up, Real DJ Platinum? Shout outs, you know. So we have this, then we'll bring Kid Kut Up on in about 15, 20 minutes, and we'll start our conversation. What's good? Songbird, hello, Lainey. Hello, Lisa the X. Mods here. Holly and London will be around also. We're here. So let's come on in, get situated. Let's see here. Hello, Lainey. Real DJ Platinum. Good, good, good. What's up, Tawana? Good to see you. Come on in. Everyone here. Okay. All right. Got some good guests coming up. Let's see here who we have coming up today. Kid Kut Up. Then we have DJ Remark and then Miss Her. That's the order. That's who we got coming in. Fun show today. And we do our little commercials in the beginning. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. What's up, Snoopy? How's it going? Good to see you. Awesome, awesome. Happy March 22nd. All right, so I'm going to do a couple commercials really quickly. I always share this as we're coming in. I'll share at the beginning, middle, and end. Let's see what we got here. All right, so tomorrow we got the best 16 Missy Elliott songs. And so we're going to go through this order. The brackets are live. I'll show you the brackets a little later. This is a dope one. Missy's got hits, and more hits. We're doing that tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, premiering the Twitch Newlywed Game. It's for couples of all time frames, whether it be 6 months or 60 years. We have 3 couples coming in. We have Club Froze coming in with his wife. We have DJ Droopy coming in, and then we have another couple too. So that's who we got coming in. Fun times there. Always do my little subs there. What's up, Nerd Chris? What's up, DJ L35? Holly, I see you. What's going on? Holly, are we working on that 80s song bracket? I can't wait to see what y'all do for that one. So there. It's your half birthday. Happy half birthday. Lainey Star, that means the other half is September 22nd. Is that true? That would be close to mine if I recall correctly. Yes. Had a question come up over the weekend about this. So I'm going to show you this because many people are wondering about it. Who here, if you're a streamer or you're a mod, knows about TreatStream? TreatStream, what's up, CC? Good to see you. TreatStream, you can order or you can set it up so that people, when you're streaming, can order dinner, breakfast, lunch for you, send you a meal. TreatStream.com. It's really cool. If you have used this one, let us know in the chat because this is a good one. I'll bring this up a little later, but we love TreatStream. Get your food on while you're streaming, especially if you're a streamer and you're thinking about doing a really, really long stream. Like if you're going to do a 8, 10, 15, 24-hour stream, I highly suggest getting TreatStream activated and make it happen. I know we'll ask Miss Her. She uses a lot on her stream, so we'll ask her about that. So there, that's TreatStream. I want to talk to you about that. You see Tawana's here, Nikki. All right, yes, okay, that is correct then. Awesome. So remember, this office hours, got any questions, I can answer them. Many people love it when I also talk about the equipment. So let's look here at the equipment here. Where's my equipment slide? So we go through the equipment that we have here. So for camera, this is what I use for the camera. I use the Sony a6000 right there in front of me. But I also recommend if you have old cameras around, Sony's or Canons, use that. Also old iPhones, old pretty much smartphones, really good camera, so use that. I recommend that. And then audio interface, the one I recommend most is the Focusrite 2i2, real cheap. And then I also use the Zoom. I'm using the Zoom now, and I use the Focusrite for when I'm streaming and doing my DJ sets. Salid00, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the family. So that's that. And then also for equipment, you have the capture cards. They have the cheap ones that you can use from Amazon, $19, and they have some more expensive ones too. We have a raid coming in, a big raid coming in. So that's what we have here. So hold on. Welcome, Raiders. DJ Remark came in with the raid. Make sure you're following Remark. Yes, AJ Funk Official. 6,300. So awesome. Remark. Make sure you're following Remark. Thank you for that raid. Remark's going to go get some food. I think that Crizzy ordered him treat stream. So we're going to see about that. And then Remark will come and join us in a moment. So yeah, let's see this. Come on in, Raiders. Make sure you hit that link so you can refresh with us. Appreciate that. Let me shout some of you out here. Sir Lemon, thank you for the follow. Hello, it's Ben. Thank you for the follow. Old School Schmo. That's funny. Thank you for the follow. AKA, I think that's IA. Thank you for the follow. DJ Cold Switch. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that raid. Hit that link. I am DJ Amro, Amani Experience. Also, sometimes they call me the Professor. Welcome to my stream. I'm based out of Los Angeles, so Southern California, right here with Kid Kut Up with DJ Remark. And welcome to Twitch University. This is where we learn about Twitch. We hear from people who are streaming and just talk and learn together. That's what we do. Come on in, have a seat, and let me continue here. Good. Aloha Mish, welcome. Good to see you all for the raid. All right, Chi-Town is here. Good. What side? North side, south side, or west side? Let us know about that. Mama Jax, good to see you. Awesome. Soulful Mother, good to see you also. All right, cool. We're in here. Christina, what's up? Good evening to DJ Islas. Hope I pronounced that right, Islas. Welcome to the family. Thank you for the follow. Instant Smile. That's a good one there. Thank you for the follow. Aloha Mish. Thank you for the follow. All right, north suburbs of Chicago. I used to live in the west suburbs of Chicago. I used to live in Glendale Heights out near Schaumburg. So I'm a fan. Also. All right. Any other questions right now? What's up, Tierra Nicole? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. This is called Office Hours. What we do is if you have any questions about Twitch, technology, things going on with the Twitch world, you can ask them here. I'll answer them. And then we get to our interviews. Ames, what's up? Let us know, Ames, how your test went in the chat. I'm not afraid to ask you. I got faith in you. So let us know. Ames had a really big exam this weekend. Cool. Nice old school show. I love it. Tierra Nicole, thank you for hosting. Also, if you can, please host a show. That'll help more people follow us. We talk about that too. And Tierra Nicole, thank you for that host. DJ Dajot, greetings. Happy Monday. Awesome. DJ Glenn's Spot, thank you for that follow. All right. So if you have questions here, I also had one more person. Kat Hepburn, welcome. Lucy McKenna, thank you for the host. I'm going to show you one more slide here. Oh, OBS versus Streamlabs. I'll answer that momentarily here. So somebody asked this, if you're an affiliate, so we have a lot of new streamers here. If you're an affiliate, how many emotes do you get? Once you get to be affiliate and you get up to 50 subscriber points, you can get 5 emotes plus 1 for tier 2 and tier 3. Those are your emotes, so you can have a total of 7. Then once you have someone contribute 1,000 bits, that'll open up more slots for you so you can do your bit reward slots. Also, good question. All right, so question came in here. OBS versus Streamlabs. So I use OBS. That's what I use. And let me take this down really quickly. And what I'll say about this is that OBS is good. Right now I'm using OBS in my virtual camera through StreamYard, only for the interview shows and the dating game shows. Usually I just use OBS. People have success with both, so really pick one that's most comfortable for you. It's a lot to learn at first, but don't be intimidated. Try it out. And that's what I say. I think Streamlabs, OBS, you can't go wrong with that one either. So just try them out, but definitely use it and see what works best for you. Good question. I'll keep asking the questions. My mod will help me if I miss any questions. And we'll keep it going. Let's see here. Weather Rod, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the family. All right, we'll wait 7 to 10 days. Ames, what other questions do we have for us? You could put them in the chat and we will see. Charisma. What's up, Charisma? Good to see you. Thank you for hosting. Welcome. And let's see here. You'll see, all right, my MP3 pool. So my MP3 pool has a really great article on NFTs. We have a guest coming that's going to talk to us about NFTs in the music industry next week. And you've got a great article, my MP3 pool. So I'm going to share that too. So using both. So Streamlabs OBS is just what it is. It's Streamlabs OBS. It's a different program than you have OBS. So you have some people use OBS and some people use Streamlabs OBS. Some people, I think Vader Mix will stop by a little bit. He uses Switcher Studio. That's another one. And some people use StreamYard, which is what I'm using for this. So Slobs is one program and OBS is another program, two different programs. Good question there. That's good. Y'all keep the questions coming in. Pretty Miss, what's up? Good to see you. Ooh, I'm glad you said this. Hello, Ben. Any tips and tricks for adjusting the video and audio delay on OBS? So I think by nature, there's like a 4 or 5 second delay for everything combined. Are you finding that, hello, it's Ben, that your voice is not synced up with the video? If that's the case, let me know in the chat, because there's some things we can do kind of offline to do that. Ooh. There you go. Thank you. See, I love this when we learn together. vMix is another good program to use. So if you use vMix, let us know why you like that, my MP3 pool. That's a good tip too. I haven't heard about that one. Okay, so overlays. Aloha Mish. Thank you for asking. Overlays, I think I love to use Canva. Canva is a really good program, free, and they have a paid version that's really good for overlays. You can also find people on Fiverr. I think there's some people in the chat that make overlays. I believe Nerd Chris is one in the chat that makes overlays. DJ Ivy, she also comes in. She makes overlays. If you do make overlays in the chat, if you're here in the chat, let us know. So I would use Canva if you want to do it yourself. And then you can also hire someone to do it and save yourself the stress if you have the funds. Let me know that. MC2J Man, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome. So there's a good question there. Okay, so you gave us, thank you. Hello, Spin. It drifts out of sync the longer you stream. So if you can send me a whisper with that, I think I saw an article that addressed that. But if anyone else in the chat knows a solution for Hello Spin in terms of it drifting out of sync the longer you stream, that's interesting. We'll kind of do that too. Yes, Lucrative One, she also makes overlays. What's up, NYC Dope? Yes, so this is Nerd Chris. She makes emotes and overlays. Okay, so whisper me that Hello Spin and I'll answer that. You're welcome, Old School Schmo. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, G Clef the Realtor? Good to see you. Oh, okay, Aloha Mish, you do emotes too? Good, we need as many people as possible to do it, so that's good. Let us know. NYC Dope, yes, yes. Now remember, when I bring NYC Dope, and I'm gonna bring in about 5-7 minutes, if you have questions for him, just put it in the chat. We'll make sure we ask him that too. Happiness, thank you for the follow. I like that name. Awesome, welcome to the stream. What other questions do we have for our office hours? And hello, yeah, make sure you whisper me that one with the fading in and out. NYC Dope's in the chat. He's also very knowledgeable about the Twitch street, so he can help too. I have a TA, DJ Daz. I think he might be in the middle of moving, but he helps out also. And you'll see that throughout the stream, the chat will have different things like this one right here. Where is it? Right here, I'll tell you like how to buy bits. There's a video we made, so you'll just pay attention to the chat in there and do that. So yes, Lainey needs some emotes, so y'all hit her up. Astro Synth, what's good? Good to see you. Welcome. Do that. Any other questions we have? Put them in the chat. Yes, yes. All right, welcome, Happiness. Glad you joined us. If this is your first time here at Twitch University, you can put a 1 in the chat, and we'll make sure we explain what goes on here. We have 3 interviews that we do. In the middle, I also have let me think here. A video for streamers on compressor, putting a compressor and limiter on your sound. We have a quick video that's going to introduce you to NFTs, which is super dope and super cutting edge. What's up, Right Touch? Good to see you. We'll do that. And we have a couple polls. So we do that. We also have a guide. So if you're new to Twitch, and I believe you hit _ guide, that's a new guide that, not new, we have to update it, but that's a guide that'll walk you through a lot of the basics for Twitch. And that's a really good, there you go. Thank you, Lenny. So that'll be the guide there. And then we have a mod guide too. Thank you, Lainey and Lisa, which will help you out also. So good. Stream Elements or Stream Labs. So I will answer this one. Thank you, Pretty Miss. So I use Stream Labs for my bot there. Yes, I use Stream Labs. That's what I've used from the beginning. It does well for me. I think with either Stream Elements or Stream Labs, you can't go wrong. I have heard Nightbot will kind of, what's it called? Nightbot will moderate some words that shouldn't be moderated. So just be careful if you use Nightbots. But it's either Stream Elements, Stream Labs, or Nightbot. And I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I use Stream Labs. DJ Don Falmina, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Happy 4 months. Ooh, Ames with Ames with the 5-piece. Thank you very much. I don't have grandma with me, otherwise we put up grandma. But thank you for the 5-piece. What side items do you like? I know you like the platanos maduros, so I know you like that. What else do you want with it? Collard greens, mac and cheese. Let us know what you like with that. What dessert do you want? A brownie, sweet potato pie. Let us know that. NYC Dope, thank you for gifting that sub out to Crizzy Forms and Kid Cut Up. Appreciate that. Awesome. Got a hype train. We're level 3 already, 29%. If you're new to Twitch and you've never seen a hype train, put a 1 in the chat. We'll make sure to explain to you what it means and how it gets activated. Let us know that because we are always learning together. Sweet potato pie. Indeed. Nikki Durrell, thank you for those bits. Let me see here. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you for that whisper. Hello, it's Ben. I'll check that out. Good. 33%. Ames, you want the sweet potato pie? I don't know. It doesn't show on your computer. We're still having, it's not really perfect NYC Dope in terms of not showing on your computer. It's a little erratic. So I think we're going to bring back what Twin Spin and really what DJ Flips taught us about showing the hype train on the screen. We have to bring that back because that's important. Nikki Durrell, thank you for those bits. Lucy McKenna, thank you for those bits. Christina, this girl Christina, thank you for the bits. Oh, this is a good question. Keep doing that. Nikki Durrell, thank you for those bits. So Old School Schmo has a good question here. Are there any added perks for the stream when a hype train gets set off? It's really just to kind of gather attention and to inspire people to donate bits, gift subs, subscribe. So there's no real added perks except for you get extra emotes. A lot of times they have special months. I think there's a special month coming up in either April or May where they'll have exclusive emotes for that month, and that'll benefit not only the streamer but also the viewers too. So I think that's really the benefit. But otherwise, it's just really done to kind of create some urgency and some excitement to do that. Flips is here. What's up, Flips? Thank you for the bits. Kid Cut Up, thank you for those bits. Appreciate you. Let's see who else over here. Ames, thank you for those bits. Nikki Durrell, thank you for those bits. Don Falmino, thank you for the bits. Kid Cut Up, thank you for the bits. Awesome, cool. DJ Remark, what's good? Thank you for those bits. 5 stack. Appreciate you. And thank you again for that raid. Make sure you are following Remark there. I think you just switched the schedule to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'll talk to him about that. Awesome. Thank you for gifting these subs out here. Author Javanda, thank you for those bits. Weather Rod, thank you for those bits. Kid Cut Up, thank you again for that next gifted sub. We're cruising. Where we at now? Level 4, 65%. All right. Aloha Mish, thank you for those bits. Ames, thank you for the gift in that sub. Appreciate you, Ames. So many gifted subs here. We got extra side items for you there. Extra side items for you. All right, once we finish this hype train, we're going to bring Kid Cut Up in, unless, he wants to call it with us. I mean, we can call it with it. We'll see here. DJ Malachi, thank you for those bits. Where are we at? All right, cool. We're at 93% level 4. We're going to get to level 5. I like that. Nice. Old School Schmo. Good. Okay, good. Any other questions? We're coming to the end of office hours. If we have time at the end, I'll also answer more questions and do that. Nikki Durrell, thank you for those bits. We're at 98%. Got 3 minutes left. Keep going. Last questions. I think I covered most of the ones that were sent in. And we're good. There we go. Tierra Nicole, thank you for that sub. Happy, I believe they said 3 months. Thank you for those 3 months, Tierra Nicole. Now, mods, we have a couple mods here that moderate for some streamers that we're going to inquire about their availability for either the dating game or the, what's it called? The newlywed game. So mods, get ready for some messages. We just want to collaborate with you. Let's see here. Weather Rod has a question. I love these questions. Do streamers get paid for cheer point redemptions? I'm not sure about that. I think they do. I know that Flips is here. I know he has some really cool cheer point redemptions. So he can answer it, and I will also write this down to follow up. Cheer point redemptions. Money for streamers. Awesome. Thank you for that, Lisa. So we'll check onto that and we'll let you know. Great question. All right. Where are we at now? Level 5, 31%. We're well on our way. Thank you, Flips. I knew he was here. Like another good TA. Thank you. So DJ Flips answers us. I can check it off my list now. Cheer motes are the same as bits, which means that yes, streamers do get paid for cheer motes the same way as bits. That's good there. But chat point redemptions, we do not get paid for. Awesome. Thank you for that follow, Hula Mish. Good to see you. G Clef the Realtor. Thank you for those bits. 55%, cruising right along. Dolce Delexi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the family. Where are we at now? 55%, level 5. Good. Cruising. Thank you for that answer too, Flips. I knew you would know it. All right. We're almost done here. 55%. Final questions. All right, DJ Cold Switch. Thank you for those bits. We're cruising right along here. And I think we're good. I'm going to check to make sure there's nothing else that I have to cover. Another topic we're going to cover, we're going to put a poll up in about 35 minutes that many people are wondering as things are opening up, how will that affect all the streamers we follow on Twitch? I know a lot of the streamers are going to keep streaming, so we're going to talk about that. We'll ask each guest about that too. That's a really popular topic now. It's cool. All right. Ames, thank you for gifting that sub. Appreciate that. 75%, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We are well on our way to level 5, meeting level 5. We're good. So also remember, once I bring in Kid Kut Up, you get your questions ready, and we'll do that too. All right, and let me check one more thing I had to share with people there. Let's see here. Good. That's in September. All right, yeah, we're good. Awesome. Good stuff. All right, got through all that. Nikki Durrell, thank you for those bits. Tara Cole, thank you. 81%. All right, we're going to keep on. We're going to bring Kid Kut Up to the stage now. Ames, thank you for those bits. We're 86%. What we got? A minute 26 left. I think we're going to get it. Yes, we're good. All right, so let's welcome Kid Kut Up to the virtual stage here. So, Kid Kut Up, welcome to Twitch University.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Mic check 1, 2. We're good.
What is going on, party people? What's going on?
We are up in here. We do a couple of questions for all our guests at the beginning. First of all, we want to know, where does your DJ name come from?
My DJ name came off of a list of potential DJ names given to me by an older friend that I used to skateboard with, who I got into DJ with, and I was like, I need a DJ name. He gave me a list. I randomly picked one. All right. So that's where Kid Kut Up comes. The worst part about this story is I don't remember what the other names on the list were. That's funny. One day, I really hope one day to come up on that list so that I can know what the other ones are for. Awesome. Level 5 complete. Let me shout out. Thank you, Weather Rod, for the bits. DJ Charisma, appreciate you. Thank you for the bits. Nikki Durrell, thank you for the bits. We are 100% level 5. And tell people for whom just it might be the first day meeting you, who is DJ Kid Kut Up? I needed to study ahead for these questions. No, you did. I mean, I'm like an art and music fan. I'm into like science and technology and, the whole thing. And DJing is kind of a perfect combination of all these things. All right. Okay. I mean, I don't know. You actually met me at some point for the first time. Yes. What is your answer to that question regarding me?
All right. That's good. I love how you throw it back to me. Good. Darling Chuck, what's up? Thank you for subbing. Happy 3 months. I'll say, so just so the audience knows, I met Kid Kut Up. Flossie, she'll be here a little bit later. We were at Scratch Academy. It was like one of our last semesters. I want to say it was around February, March 2013. You came into class, you did a demo. You did a demo for when you won the battle. That's when I first met you there. And I would say you're a DJ, producer, an all-around like dope music curator, and just a nice custodian of what we have going on. That's how I would define you. And a Milwaukee native, loyal Milwaukee native too.
Yeah. I think I like your description better. We'll go with yours.
You go with mine. All right.
Yeah.
I want to know, you're on here on Twitch, but you've also been on tour for several years with Pink. How has that experience translated over to your experience here on Twitch? What have you brought over? What has it taught you?
So the Pink tour was like this amazing opportunity that it was about 2 years long, and it was it wrapped up maybe 4 or 5 months before the pandemic started. So I'm super thankful that we were able to do the whole thing and get through the whole thing. And I think what helped me get into that opportunity, but that I've also then learned more about and then carried over to Twitch, is the performance aspect, the do a show, like people are watching you. You're not in the dark corner of a club. For that tour, I was on the most well-lit giant stage I've ever been on. So, we were doing like arenas and stadiums. So it was this huge thing. And I feel like that has translated into my shows here on Twitch to remember that there's a visual component to all these things. People are watching you in addition to listening to you.
I'm curious, what were maybe the top 2 or 3 lessons you learned from spending time on tour with Pink? What were the top 2 lessons you learned from her?
So, because there's no shortage of lessons. Like, I learned how to walk around backstage and not get taken out by like all the gear and equipment that's flying around, right? These guys are setting up, and you get off the bus at 6 a.m. to go inside and like use a restroom or something. And like, there's gear flying all over, and, they're building the stage, and you learn how to survive that, how to manage and budget your time differently. But as far as the performances, one of the things that I was doing for those shows was like really putting a show on and a performance on. And so part of it was really learning how to edit a song down so that it would be concise and really punchy, but it would never cut somebody else off while they were singing it. So you had to edit it at a natural point, but at a point that would fit the high energy and fast pace of the show.
Love it. That we'll talk about music production in a little bit, but that skill just became invaluable to you. I'll take a question from the audience here. AJ Funk Official wants to know, how intimidating was it to first walk out on stage in front of crowds like that?
So I had done a number of large format stage shows over the years. And I think I was lucky enough that when I was coming up DJing, I was maybe too young and naive and dumb to be truly afraid, because I didn't know like how big it was going to be. And then by the time I did, say, like the first Pink show, I had a couple of those under my belt. So that was something I had done before and kind of grew into a little bit. But the one thing I noticed when I did my first stadium show, which it really is a step up. You can do a large club, and if you do like a sports arena, a stadium is often 2 to 3 times the size of a sports arena. And the first stadium show I did, it really did have that impact of just like, whoa. It's like you just look and it's like a full football field of people.
Yes.
And I think what I realized was there were almost so many people that my mind couldn't even, you can't count them anymore. right? You can't count all the people, so it becomes one giant big group of people. And I actually feel like I was more intimidated to say play for 500 or 600 people when they're like close and in front of you, because you still consider them as individual people.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I feel like at some point you cross a threshold where it's just a lot, and beyond that, it doesn't really matter. So, yeah, I mean, it's intimidating and it's a thing, but I think the thing that always had me more nervous than anything is if I know what the audience expects of me and I know what to expect of the audience, I'm not nervous. Even in like a small club setting, if I don't know what I'm getting into or the audience doesn't know me, that makes me way more nervous because we have to figure that out on the fly in front of everybody. And that's more tricky to me. Yeah. So, you know, once I had the shows dialed in, the number of people, big or small, it mattered less.
I hear you. I have to go back really quickly to the one I learned many lessons from you, specifically since we're talking about lessons. But one thing you showed me that I still do to this day is that way you set up your computer when you're DJing is you have your DJ computer off to the side so that you can see the people and you can engage with the people. That's something I took for you back in 2013 that I keep doing. So thanks for that. That kind of feeds into what you were saying before.
Yeah. So what that came from me not being a 6'7" person. And realizing that, like, if people are on the dance floor and they can't see you, that matters. You know, Twitch has been a really great thing for a lot of DJs because they've really had to learn how to communicate to the audience through a microphone. So many DJs were just able to hide back. Good DJs, not like bad beginners. I'm saying good DJs have really had to learn how to communicate more. And this is one of the things that really helped me when I was out on tour, for sure, was the ability to get on a mic and just rap with the crowd.
Yes.
And, you know, placing the laptop off to the side was just part of that, you know, was just being able to communicate. I want the audience to see me. I want to be able to see them, you know.
Yeah. So another question, since we're talking about the transition from like in life to Twitch, like how do you get adjusted and mentally stay sane from going from playing in front of crowds of like 15, 20,000 to playing in a room, maybe there's 40 or 50 people? How do you do that?
So I feel like I've always been in that situation. Hey, big shout out to DJ Glenn Spot in the chat. He's one of my Wisconsin homies. I feel like, and I feel like I've always had to do this thing where I get to go home and I get to do really big stuff. I get to do, you know, events like the Summerfest was such a huge festival. That's actually where I did my first show with Pink, was there. I mean, I've opened up for Wiz Khalifa, Pitbull, like all these big names back home, right? And I get to do like really big club stuff there as well. And then I would come out here to LA where I moved out to, and I didn't know anybody when I got out here. And it was like, okay, cool. Got to start over. Got to earn it. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people move out to LA and they're like, oh, I'm here now. I'm going to change. No, you're going to have to prove yourself, you know? And so I was like, I knew what it was. And, you know, I was fine doing it. And so it was often a time where I would go back home, play a really big event, and then come back to LA and play like the Dime. And, you know, the Dime is, you put 20 people in the Dime, it's a rocking party.
It's packed,
you put 75 in there. Yeah, it's, you know, at capacity. So that's always been a thing for me. And, you know, I've always been the kid who was willing to just sit in the car and drive a couple states away and go do a party at a house party or a little bar or something, just because we had a show set up. And okay, cool. Let's if we really say what we do is that good, let's go put it in front of people who don't know us. Let's see if they're our fans too. You know, can we convince them? It's easy with your friends in the room. Your friends always, you know, pat you on the back. But so for me, it's always been kind of like that back and forth. And at the end of the day, I think it's just, you just want to give the best show.
Right. Tell us, when did you start streaming on Twitch and what inspired you to kind of make the move and start to stream here?
So I was probably on Instagram for about a month or two. Probably did 6 to 8 shows on Instagram, a weekly. I was doing like a weekly Thursday show just because of the access and the quickness and the directness of it all. And Mojax was a big part of why You know, I know Mojax through DJC, who I work for as well. And, you know, he's part of the DJ City fam. And, you know, hearing him talk about it and, you know, I trust his opinion on gear and stuff, and I trust his opinion on Twitch. Let's give it a go. And getting here, just the suite of tools and this as a platform for all sorts of streaming things is just really good. So I tried Mixcloud as well. I did one gig over on Mixcloud just to give it a go. And yeah, I ended up here on Twitch, and I really enjoy this as a platform and an outlet for sure.
So quick shout out to DJ D-Man, who we'll call him champ for the near future, as he won the battle with Archie the other day. So what's up, D-Man? Shout out to you. Shout out to DJ LV in the building. Why do you love Twitch so much?
Twitch for me has been like a really great outlet for me. Like, I really approach DJing from an art and music perspective. So, you know, as someone who writes music, as somebody who, even just the way that I approach playing other people's music is from like an aesthetic and creative standpoint. So often I'm in a bar or a club, and if I just got booked to do a gig, like we all know how it goes, you're there to do the gig, right? Play for the people in front of you. But what this has really let me do is curate my own situation and then invite people to it and be like, if this is for you, come and hang out and be here. If this isn't for you, that's cool too. And when I was in Milwaukee, I was able to do that. Like, something about just my age when I started DJing in Milwaukee, like I started young and I was able to just really do that and plug in and really have like my own branded parties. And I've had less opportunity to do that out here in LA. Mm-hmm. And so Twitch has really become that opportunity to really showcase what's different about, you know, what I do and how I approach what I do. And, you know, when people ask me like, well, what do you do on your Thursdays? And my Thursday show specifically has always in my head been like, I want to create a musical program and a platform for music that I write so that when I play my own music, it has a place to go. Mm-hmm. Because in a nightclub, I should probably be playing a Drake record instead of anything I made. It's just how it goes. It's how the game goes. It's not personal to me. It's just, you know, do the gig. So, you know, I try to work in stuff where I can, but, you know, I want to win. So, you know, you play to the audience that's in front of you. So that's why I like Twitch the most, is it's let me build that audience and curate a party.
Yeah. I've been encouraged by a close friend to play more of my remixes on Twitch too. So I'm gonna kind of follow your philosophy and do that too.
I mean, yes, this is the thing. We all make music, right? Like, we all make stuff and we love the stuff we make, but then we don't have an outlet for it.
Yeah.
And if this isn't the outlet for it, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
Then are we just making the same mistakes that we made when we were out in the nightclub world? Like, so many DJs talk about like, is DJing going to go back to the way it was beforehand? And it's like, yeah, if people don't promote their own parties and build their own situation, they're going to play for the situation that's in front of them.
Yeah.
So we've all learned how to build something here. Like you in your shows, like you have the R&B show, you have the dating show, you have this. All of these things fit together in an overlapping way, and it's amazing. Like, what you've been able to make here has been amazing, to like the way that they all stitch together, and fans of the dating show would probably like your R&B show. And yeah, like to me, that's the lesson we need to learn, is like, we've made our own situation to be successful in. So if after quarantine's done, if we just go back to clubs where we haven't done any of the work to build that situation, we can't expect the same results that we had here.
Agree 100%. Thank you for recognizing that the shows that I do, I'm going to have a Mariah Carey theme night at a club somewhere in LA soon, once we get out of here. So I'll put that out there.
All right, let me know.
I'll let you know for sure.
Do it.
As we're coming, you come and hang out. You can drop an opening set too. I just
want to hang out. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of really well done, put on DJ nights. I just like to go out. Just like I'm so excited about Twitch that I get to check out these amazing DJs from around the world. Like, I'm a fan. Like, I just enjoy it.
Well, you know, and you talk about coming out of quarantine, and some people, it's a popular question, especially the last couple of weeks where things are opening up. What's your perspective on how will you manage your Twitch schedule? How will that work and complement your in-life real gigs?
So coming off of that tour, you know, I thought I was going to be on tour for like 3 months. It ended up being 2 years. And thankfully so. It was amazing. They kept I was like, yo, if you guys don't kick me off the bus, I'm just going to keep getting on it. Like,
right.
Going places, I'm going to go. So I had already kind of upended all my gigs already. Mm-hmm. You know, I was at the Dime every Monday. I had to let that one go. I was doing a couple other spots regularly or semi-regularly. I had to let them go because I was just gone. I come back and I take a little bit of downtime and stuff, and I'm just kind of starting to wind things back up again. And then it all goes away.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure where I'm going to land as far as how that balance is going to be. But I do fully intend on being on Twitch at least a couple times a week. Like, because again, it's become this outlet for me. Like, I've built my own context that I get to exist in. And to me, that's very, very valuable. And so until they kick all of us DJs off here, that's my intention.
Yes.
is to be here. And honestly, even if that does happen, my intention is to figure out where can I set up shop.
Yeah.
Like, I've really learned the lesson of having that outlet. And now I'm kicking myself because I was like, if only I could have been streaming while I was out on tour. Mm-hmm. That would have been crazy. Like, you know, to me, in the way that your shows overlap in really positive ways that reinforce each other, like, I feel like streaming, depending on how different DJs use it and implement it, will end up being a really positive thing for their brands. And, you know, and there's going to be DJs that end up having conversations with club owners that's like, look, I know you had a rough year and you're looking for a cheap DJ. I make more money staying at home.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that actually will give some amount of leverage back to DJs, to where our product was being constantly undervalued more and more and more. It actually gives us the ability to push back on that a little bit, which I think is amazing.
I agree.
And I really hope that that's a good thing for everybody.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Thank you for sharing that. You also bring up a point. I think Neil Jackson was talking about in his show today, because he was DJing at the Knicks game yesterday, and he actually asked them if he could live stream from there. So they couldn't do it because they didn't have enough time. But the fact that they knew about it and were open to the opportunity is a good sign for us that we're kind of along the right path.
Yeah, I mean, businesses definitely know what live streaming is, whether or not they're going to do it. Like, this is still kind of the Wild West, right? Like, we're figuring all this out in real time. So I would say, like, I still see a lot of people that are like starting to stream. And it's awesome you do your open class or whatever it was before this.
Office hours.
Open hours. Office hours. That's what it is. Office hours.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing because, and I would really encourage people to not feel intimidated and not feel like Twitch is this weird thing and I don't understand anything and I feel nervous and weird to be here. Like, everyone is learning this as we go. We're trying things out. We're figuring things out. Things work, things don't work. The best thing you can do is just get ideas and try them.
Yeah.
And to just put yourself out and be honest and maybe a little vulnerable to try some things and realize that some things aren't going to work. And all of us have gone through this process kind of all at the same time. We're all learning as we go.
We are all learning.
And it's amazing.
It's dope. I love it because I love to learn and teach. So it's just the growth that you've seen. We started a year ago. Many of us started about a year ago streaming.
Yep.
To see where we were a year ago to where we are now in a very fast period of time with how well we can do overlays, the cameras, everything going on is very fast, and it's very inspiring because we've come a long way very quickly. All of us.
Put it this way. A year ago, I don't think there were any things that DJs had like really figured out to the point where you could do a show talking about kind of like best practices, because nobody knew. It was all brand new. And it was just the Wild West of people being innovative and trying all these different things. And certain things already have settled in to be like, okay, cool. This is how you should interact with your audience. You're already seeing this kind of solidifying of things that work and things that don't work.
Yeah.
But it was, to me, it's been lightning fast. And there's still so much time for people to try things, for people to be innovative, and for people like, it is not all figured out. There is so much opportunity for people to come and shake the game up.
Yeah.
And for people to make a name for themselves too.
And it's happening. It happened before our very eyes. So hello, it's Ben. Thank you for the question.
Absolutely.
He wants to know from you, what was the most nerve-wracking experience you have experienced on tour or even in your DJ career, and what did you do to overcome it?
Nerve-wracking. So there's a lot of times where there's a lot of times where I've been like in front of a big opportunity, you know, whether it's a big show, an interview with the professor, whatever. There's a time where it's like you're tired, you're exhausted, you've been going at it for days, you've been working so hard, and then you're kind of freaked out by the thing that you're expecting to have happen, and you're like, oh, I feel awful right now. And then I'm like, why did I work so hard to get to this position? Like I asked for this. I wanted all this, but this feels awful. Like in that moment beforehand. And then you get on stage and you just do it, and you do the thing that you prepared to do. And sometimes people are like, oh, are you excited to do this, that, and the other thing? And I'm like, I've honestly answered that I'm excited once it's done. Like I love doing all the stuff, but sometimes you're so concerned about getting it done that it's actually more fun in hindsight in a way. But yeah, I think the thing that I am most commonly nervous about is if I feel underprepared or if I feel like I prepared incorrectly. And sometimes you don't know. Right? Like sometimes you get to a gig and you're like, this isn't at all what this was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And now you feel like you're underprepared. That makes me feel like a bit nervous and hesitant because I want to give a good show. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just want to give the best show that I can possibly give. And so, but then you also have to kind of stop yourself and just take a deep breath and just be like, and have a little bit of faith in yourself to figure it out.
Is there
also to just go way slower than you think you have to go. Just go slow.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a specific example that comes to mind where you kind of had to get through this with a gig or something?
I mean, I don't know. There's been all sorts of weird different, like, okay, so I'm at a club in Wisconsin. They had like flown me in to do this club. I'm excited. There's an opening DJ, and the crowd is like, the opening DJ is good, like bringing the audience to a simmer, but not a boil, right? Like he's a good opener, and like, and I go up there and I'm like ready. I'm, ready to do it. And I play my first record or two, and I get on the mic and blah, 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 blah. And people are hype and it's excited. And I go to move something and I unplug my USB drive.
Uh-oh.
Just unplug it. Or no, it wasn't the USB drive. It was the Serato. Mm-hmm. When I moved whatever I moved, it like took the USB cable out. Everything turns off and shuts off. And you're like, oh no. Plug it back in. And you just got, again, this is where it's like important not to rush. Take a deep breath. Grab the mic, talk more shit so that you look comfortable. And then just start the song over.
Right.
And fine. I learned this from Kid Capri, actually. He did a show, and I think his laptop was like freezing up on him. It was like early Serato days. So he had probably just switched over. Me and the other DJ noticed kind of what had happened with his laptop because he was like rebooting it. He just got on the mic and he just talked the whole time his laptop was rebooting, right? Everyone's laptop is going to go down for some reason or some point. Something is going to happen. He just talked the whole time. Me and the other DJ were the only people that knew what had happened. He just was not shook at all, and I was blown away. Blown away.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think if you prepare, you just have to remind yourself that you've prepared. Okay. And that kind of helps some of that stuff.
Why do you feel that some of our more experienced, maybe more talented peers in the DJ world still stay away from Twitch and avoid streaming?
I don't think talent really has anything to do with it. I think there's a lot of talented people who don't play a lot of nightclubs. There's a lot of talented people who don't do weddings. There's, you know what I mean? I think people are searching for the thing that really sings to them and speaks to them and their skill set and whatever, wherever they're at in their careers. I think there's a little bit of skepticism that Twitch is a real thing. I definitely run into a lot of that, where people are like, oh yeah, that's cute. It's like this cute thing, but once real DJing comes back, then that's all going away, right? And I was just talking with somebody today, shout out DJ Bizon if he's in the chat. Him and I were discussing today about how there's a lot of people that love being on Twitch that do not go out to nightclubs, which is where you would generally see a DJ, right? We have reached these people. These people have found us. They're not going away because of the quarantine. They already didn't like to go to a nightclub. They don't want to be surrounded by like younger kids and people getting sloppy drunk and whatever. Like, so, you know, I think people just need to figure out where it fits in. And I honestly don't think really talent has anything to do with it. I think, you know, there's been forever and ever all these people that are like, oh, the talented DJs aren't the ones who are successful out in nightclub world and da-da-da. And there's a version of that on Twitch as well. And I think part of that has to be like, how do you view talent and how do you view success? You know, I openly admit my numbers are not the highest numbers on Twitch. I'm perfectly okay with it. I feel great about my show.
Good.
I want to have a dope show that I can stand on that I feel like is great. After my shows, I clip stuff out of my shows and I post it on my socials and say like, I am proud of what I did compositionally over this last hour.
Yeah.
Right? Like I approach it from a very different thing. So my success lies in different things than other people's. And I don't think anybody's doing it wrong. I think people just need to understand what their goals are and, you know, what, and are they getting closer to achieving them? That to me is the real thing.
Yeah. Shout out Ms. Riz. Thank you. We love that you love Twitch. So you just keep coming back and you bring your friends with you. We love that too. You spoke about numbers. I always ask DJs this because many of us have different perspectives. You know, people are worried about getting partner, growing their numbers. What's your perspective of that? What kind of goals do you have with your channel growth?
So my channel growth is I want my channel to be a part of my larger DJ career, which involves me writing music, producing music, touring on my own, you know, like selling hard copy tickets to a show. You know, stuff like that is kind of where I see Twitch being a part of all that. I want it to be a functional component of all those things. And I think it really has the power and is a platform to potentially do that. But I think Twitch is a platform, right? Like you can build whatever you want on it. If you just want to have the most popular lunch table, that's awesome. Go do that. Right? Like, and they're gonna assess their success based on that. Like I'm an art and music guy. I've always been. So I would go out to like a noise rock show with me and 16 other people and an empty venue otherwise, and I would enjoy the show. There's other people that only want to go out to a club if it's full of people.
Yeah. I
don't think either people are wrong. Like some people like NASCAR, some people like football, whatever. Go be a fan and be passionate about whatever you're passionate about. And, you know, set up some goals and go get them.
Yeah, agreed. We got to talk about the technology, but before we get to the technology, you had to have a theme for your show as like, we're coming to the hatch. Where did that come from? How did you develop that? What's the thought behind that?
The hatch was maybe a short-term idea that I have now outgrown in a way. But so have you seen the TV show Lost?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the hatch from Lost. And the reason why this happened was because the door of the hatch said quarantine across it. So here I was in quarantine watching I was rewatching all of Lost because we had the time to do so, right? And I'm like, oh, the door says quarantine. I'm in quarantine. Cool. Let's do a show called The Hatch. So at the beginning of my show, I'd play like a small segment of it where the guy puts the record on. It's the beginning. It's the very first episode of season 2. It's one of the most popular episodes ever of Lost. You can literally just look this up on YouTube. The very first scene of episode 1 of season 2. And the guy, like, he wakes up in this quarantine hatch and he puts a record on, and this is like a thing. So I tie that into the beginning of my show, and that's where it came from.
I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
I mean, I love it too, but I also feel like, is this going to make any sense to anybody 2 years from now? Right?
Now it will. We'll clip this.
Right, there you go. I'll play, before I play the intro, I'll play this section explaining my intro. That'll be
perfect. Well done.
Yeah.
Now to the technology. We always learn about different things and different pieces of technology that people are using. Since you started streaming, what's been the 1 or 2 pieces of technology that you can now no longer live without?
I guess first I'll say this. I am not like a gearhead. As much as I love new toys and stuff, I'm not a gearhead. And I don't think, if you have good ideas and good communication skills and you're creative, your equipment will not be the reason you are successful or why you fail. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about the ideas. It's about communicating. It's about connection. And you can do that through any. There's got to be somebody on Twitch who just plays off of an iPhone, plays music off their iPhone and talks to their audience. There's somebody, I'm sure, who's successful at doing that. I think for me, the creative tools that I've really used the most since starting this, and one is free and the other one is halfway free, which is also why I like recommending these. DaVinci Resolve is a very professional video editing program. And I do tons of video editing in DaVinci Resolve. There is a paid version of it, but that's kind of like the advanced version. I have been rocking with the free version since before the pandemic, but all my video work, and I do quite a bit of video work for my show. It's either done in that or it's done in this piece of software called Resolume that I use both as a creative platform to work on visuals for my show. And I also use it as part of my show live. So the way I have my show set up, I build the whole thing in Resolume, and then OBS literally just takes that output and shows it to the audience.
Interesting.
So I hit start streaming on OBS, and I don't touch OBS until I hit stop streaming, unless there's problems. So hopefully there's not. But all the scene changes, everything happens in Resolume. And Resolume is like a live video DJing, like for video jocks or whatever you would call it. Right. It's made for live. And is that a raid?
Got a raid coming in. That's
right.
Raid. Shout out Raid. Ebony ATL. Thank you very much for the raid.
What
Come
up,
on in,
Raiders?
Raiders. My name is Amani Experience, also known as DJ Amro or the Professor. Right now, we're talking with Kid Kut Up. We're here at Twitch University. We're learning from streamers about tips, tricks, wisdom, streaming. So come on in. That's the old sound for the NBA on NBC. So that was the old theme song there. So come on in. Thank you, Ebony ATL. Make sure that you all are following Ebony ATL, Lifted State. So we got a little distracted, but keep going because we're talking about Resolume. So I'm gonna put that in the chat too.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody asked me to spell that. It's RESOLUME. Resolume.
All right. So I put the link for DaVinci Resolve in there. I put the link for Resolume also. This is really, it's like an Arena Media Server is what they call it. I believe that's what it says right here.
So there's two versions. There's like I actually use the smaller version because the other one is for like 3D projection mapping and so this is the one that's like halfway free.
Okay.
And
okay.
It is very fully functional, but you get like an audio and video watermark over top every like 45 seconds or so. So you would not be able to live stream with the free version. But the reason why I bring it up as an essential free tool is if I've done a lot of like logo animations and stuff in it, and you can get your thing going, and you wait till the watermark goes up, and then you wait till it disappears, and then you hit record. And you record until it comes back up.
Okay.
And then you hit stop record. So now you have 30 seconds of animated logo that you didn't have to pay anybody for. And then you take that file and you put it in DaVinci Resolve and you edit a good loop point. Wow. And now you have a looping thing. And I did this for probably about 2 months before I paid for it. And I really, really feel like Resolume is worth every penny. You said, can't be without. This has become a tool for me. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Shout out to Cosmo Baker in the chat one time.
Cosmo Baker, welcome. Thank you for that raid. Thank you for coming in, Ebony ATL. Make sure you follow her. Hit that link to refresh. Final question for you really is just before we find out your schedule, like what advice or wisdom would you have for people? There's a lot of people in the audience that are maybe a little tentative in terms of starting to stream, or they've hit a plateau. What advice would you have for them so that they can keep going?
As far as being tentative, I think it's different, maybe different advice for the two cases. But as far as being tentative, it's okay not to know something. Like, to me, there's never any shame in not knowing something. It's only when you are unwilling to learn something that you have anything to feel bad about. Like, even somebody asked you a question during your office hours, and you were like, I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to write that question down.
Yeah.
Like, you being able to just really honestly be like, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to find it out and then I'll share it with everybody. That is such an amazingly powerful thing right there. So I would say, like, it's okay, it's okay always, but especially now here on Twitch, this is a new platform. I am learning things about Twitch every single week. I have wrap-up calls after my streams or my friends' streams. We call each other. Yo, okay, you were in my stream. Did you see this thing I tried? What did you think about it? How can we tweak? We do this all week long. And we're all just learning. And I feel like it's a super exciting part of the process.
Yeah.
So and as far as the person who feels like they've stagnated, I would say, and again, this is just for me and my perspective, tap into your creativity, create something. Like, think about why you're doing it. Think about what you're doing, why you're doing it. If there's a conversation of all, like, say everybody who's streaming is having like a conversation, and we're only able to like inject in that conversation by how we stream and what we're doing while we stream. What are you saying in that conversation? What is your contribution? Are you saying something that people have never heard before? Are you pushing that conversation forward? Are you echoing other things that you want to reinforce in that conversation? Like, there's a lot of ways to engage. And I always encourage people to just tap into their creativity and to really figure out, like, we all come from different perspectives. We all are like this combination of life experiences and influences. So to me, I'm always thinking about, like, well, what's the stream that I could do that nobody else can do? Because nobody else is that combination of influences. So what's my version of this? And I don't know, I think a little bit of self-discovery kind of unlocks that. And I think people are attracted to that. Like, your combination of shows I feel like is so well suited to you. I couldn't do that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
It's not who I am. So you don't have to worry about somebody stealing your audience or your shows, or you don't have to worry about it, because you're like, this is me and only I can be me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's always what I encourage people to do in anything. Do it as art and just, discover yourself a little bit about it. And then even if your numbers don't grow, it's still worthwhile and valid to you.
Agree. Well said. When are you streaming next? What's your schedule for the week?
So I do Thursdays and Saturdays at 8 o'clock Pacific time. And I am just tomorrow, speaking of starting new things and trying new things.
Here we go.
Me and DJ L35 He's definitely the homie. He's a mod of mine as well. He streams. Please give L35 a follow.
Yes.
Also, big shout out to Lucy McKenna. She is in the chat as well. And she is a mod for me and has some streaming stuff coming up of her own she's working on. So give her a follow, please. But tomorrow, me and L35 are going to try our very first stream where we hang out and just stream together, physically in the same space.
All right.
We're gonna try this out. Right before I called in to do this, I had a call with him, and we were both like, "Yeah, we're not sure how this is gonna go. We're gonna just dive in, and we're gonna figure it out." And I told him, I was like, I think after we do this one time, we will learn so much about what we should do going forward.
Yes.
But in order to learn that, we need to just jump in, and then we'll learn what it is.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited to do that. That's tomorrow at 1:00 Pacific time. Me and L35 are going to do our first ever stream. So it's going to be on Tuesdays, and we're going to see how it goes and see what we can build off that and grow off that. So, but
awesome. Other
than that one, it's always 8:00 Pacific time on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Well done. So Kid Kut Up, just thank you for coming in to Twitch you. Thank you for streaming, sharing some wisdom with us. We're going to follow your streams, and just appreciate you being you.
I appreciate you creating this platform, not just for me to come on, but for everyone to come and learn. Mm-hmm. I think it's amazing. Big shout out to the whole Kut Up crew in the chat. I see DJ Dazzler, my man Glenn. There's a bunch of mods in the chat that I see in other people's channels, and they're always super nice and welcoming to me. So big shout out to all of them. But yeah, big shout out to NYC Dope. Yes. In the house. Mm-hmm. So many people, man. Thanks everybody for coming through and hanging out, and I love checking everybody's shows out. And seriously, Amani, man, you've created something that is of value to you, but also to everybody.
Thank you. Well, so that was my goal,
man. I appreciate it, because your show makes other shows better. And I get to go watch those other shows and enjoy them. And I'm serious, this is why it's important. Oh, also, shout out to DJ Remark and the whole Snapback crew.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, absolutely.
They're coming on next.
I've been rocking with the Snapback guys. Yo, the Snapback guys have been doing dope parties since way before Twitch and way before quarantine. Mm-hmm. But I love what they've done here with this platform. I feel like they've just maximized it and really taken advantage. So yes, I'm sticking around. I'm gonna check out Remark's thing. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Awesome. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Take care. Make sure you stay safe too. Cool. All right. Great job. Put some ones and some hearts in the chat for Kid Kut Up. Put his emotes up if you have his emotes. Thank you very much. We got Remark coming up next. I'm gonna put on this quick video. And then we'll get Remark in the building here. Put some ones and hearts. I got to get some shout outs. Philip and Guido, I see you. DJ Lindsay, what's up? I see you all there. Come on in. Hear me shut this video real quickly. This is a good tip for DJs. What DJ Marco Pinto was talking about last week in terms of putting the limiter and the compressor on your sound. So check this one out.
What's up, everybody? This is DJ Marco Penna back at it with another Twitch tip. So you ever tune into a Twitch streamer and you notice that the volume is just really low? You can't really hear the mic and you can't really hear the music as well. You have to pound on that volume button and max it out basically so you could just barely hear them. Well, today I'm going to show you how to boost those levels using a limiter and a compressor. That way your audience hears it louder, whether they're listening on their laptop or their cell phone. All right, let's get started. So now find the audio track that you want to modify. I run all my sound and my mic through this mic aux channel right here. So what you want to do, you want to go to the track, click on the gear in the corner, go to filters. Once you're in filters, go down to the lower left-hand side and click on the plus sign and add a compressor. Click OK. And this is the settings that'll pop up. Now, what a compressor does is it'll take the high highs and it'll take the low lows, and it'll, again, like the name suggests, it'll compress them. It'll make the low sounds a little bit louder, and it'll make the louder sounds a little bit lower, so that it basically streams it out and it gives it the impression that it's louder to the listener. So let's go through the settings right now. The baseline setting is 10 to 1. What you want to do is you want to lower it to about 3 or 4. 4, I think, is the best starting setting, and then you can adjust it from there. But I think 3 or 4 are great settings. Threshold is the most important setting that's up next. So what this does is it tells the compressor, hey, how much should we compress? What's the threshold of the sound? And this you want to adjust by doing this. You want to keep an eye on your dB meter on the bottom. You notice how like it's in the yellow right now? You want to keep dropping it until you hear it affect your sound. Like as I'm talking, I'm going to keep talking as I'm adjusting it. You notice how I'm in minus 30 dB, and look how it dropped from the yellow into the green right there. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ease up on the threshold then. So it goes right into the yellow, like right there. So like minus 23, minus 22 dB. Perfect. After that, you got the attack. That's how fast you want the compressor to kick on. Me, personally, I like to keep it at 1 millisecond. I want it to kick on right away as soon as I talk. Release is how fast you want it to let go. That's fine at 60. If you want, you can adjust it. You can lower it to like say 50. Again, it depends on your setup, but those are great settings to start with. Now, output gain. After you compress the sound, you're going to want to boost it up. You're going to want to make the lower sounds louder. So this is where you do it. Now, you want to keep an eye on your meter because you don't want to go in the red. Once you go in the red, it's peaking, and that's bad news. You don't want it to peak. It's going to lose the quality of the sound. But you don't want it to be too low because we just compressed it. So we don't want to sound quiet because that defeats the purpose of this whole tutorial. So as you're talking, you want to boost it right there. You notice how it's getting close to the red but not going into it? I mean, it does peak into the red sometimes if like I do speak loudly, but I'm going to show you how to prevent that next up. So a boost of 6 dB should be perfect. There we go. That's a nice, safe, happy medium. And finally, sidechain ducking source. That I could show you guys in another tutorial. There's other videos out there. But what this does is, you ever listen to the radio and you notice that when the announcer is speaking, that the music kind of ducks behind and you hear the announcer, and then when as soon as they stop speaking, right, the music comes back to like, normal volume. That is sidechain compression, where basically the vocal triggers the compressor to duck down the music so that you can hear the vocal better and then let go of it as soon as you stop speaking. All right, next up, we're going to want to add a limiter. That way it does not peak. So click the plus sign in the corner, go to limiter, click OK, and these are the settings for the limiter. They're pretty good as is, but you can always adjust them if need be. Once you're done adjusting, click on close, and you're good to go. So now we have a compressor and a limiter on our channel. That way we can broadcast at a louder volume, and that way people who tune in, whether it be on their phone or their laptop, they don't have to press the volume button, max it out. They can hear us better. It's clear. It's almost like broadcast quality. Why is this important? Because people who tune into Twitch, they value the audio and what they hear before the visual. Because they could be tuning in on their phone, but as long as they hear the music, or as long as they hear you talking, whether you're playing a video game or you're actually DJing, that is the most important part. So, hope this helped you out. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and follow me on.
All right, so that was a great video from Marco Pinta. Got the name right again. So yeah, I put the link like that. Great stuff. I'm going to try to implement that when I go back up and adjust my settings. So good stuff right there. Good stuff right there. All right, now let's bring what's up there, Silky Bliss. Good to see you. Let's bring DJ Remark to the building here. So what's good, Remark?
What's up, Amani? Yo, I just learned something new. I didn't know how to set up my compressor. Now I know for sure. I always had the limiter up, but I never could really simplify that compressor tool.
And there we go. See, that's that mission accomplished. So appreciate that. Shout out really quickly, DJ Peace Up 1. Thank you for the follow. Laney, thank you for that gifted sub. And Kid Kut Up, thank you for that 5-piece. Let us know what side items you want. We got collard greens, cornbread. What do we got here? Mac and cheese, plantains, and hot chocolate. Let us know.
That's dope.
Remark, welcome to Twitch University. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Tell the people, where does your DJ name come from?
It's really quite simple. There's really no real backstory. I needed, back in high school, I just needed a name to put on a flyer for one of my first gigs, and that was pretty much what stood out.
All right, so Remark it is.
My thing was I'll just go with this for now until I think of something better. So 20-something years plus later, I'm still trying to figure out something better.
So you've been in the game for a long, long time. You also are part of Snapback. The most popular question I got when I was doing a little research, and I was asking people, what should I ask you, is first of all, how did Snapback I hate the word pivot, but pivot so quickly and get on Twitch? What was the inspiration behind that? And then I'll ask my follow-up question next.
Well, the group as a unit, we were doing parties in North Hollywood, Long Beach, and Las Vegas. And once quarantine started, we didn't want to just stop with that. We wanted to find ways to still reach out to our audiences. And we started off on Instagram Live and then eventually made our way over to Twitch. And so here we are now.
Here you are now. What was the toughest adjustment for you specifically when you're coming from in real life gigs to Twitch?
That's a really good question. I think with me, like specifically, I wasn't even open to live streaming yet. I feel like a lot of the guys in our crew were, but with me, it's like I couldn't do it unless I saw it. So when I saw people like, not just from our crew, but D Nice especially, once we saw like what type of reach they were getting, we're like, oh wow, I guess there is something to do up in here. And just like everyone just had the phone out, started streaming, and then started getting kicked off just like everybody else. They jumped on the Twitch first. I was kind of like, I didn't want to jump on right away either. But once I started seeing like everybody like who were on IG jump onto it, like, outside of our crew, we had Eric Deluxe, Bella Fiasco. I was like, okay, I guess this is the move. And,
yeah. Well, when we talk about that and you decided to make that jump, what if we went back and talked to Remark right before you did your first stream on Twitch and give yourself some advice based on what you know now? Because you're killing it here on Twitch. What advice would you give yourself?
Just roll with it, see what happens. I mean, that's the mindset I had to do. Like to even just invest in a streaming computer at that time was like, man, like, do I really, really want to put this money into this? Because I don't know if we're going to be back like in real life, like in a few months. But I mean, seeing how things were going down at the time, they tried to reopen things early and I kind of knew it wasn't that time yet. So that's when I decided to roll the dice and jump all in. My intentions was I was going to just set myself up so I could do like private Zoom parties or something like that. And just have Twitch, like, who cares? Like, I'll be glad if I have 20 viewers here,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have more than 20 viewers now, so that's been a success. Shout out D Blessed and Sierra. Welcome to the stream. Also, thank you, Dimitri Tech Music, for the follow. Mm-hmm. What is it like? How have you been able to grow your community to such a strong community in less than a year?
I've been first of all, I've been fortunate. I don't have a playbook to what exactly happened, but I feel like I've seized each opportunity, whether it's a big raid or, people, new viewers who I don't know come in, just welcome them, make them feel comfortable to keep coming back. And I'm still learning. To this day. Like today, like I learned how to add like, gambling points into my channel, and my chat room just became a casino today. And I still don't know what I'm going to make them do with those points,
That's cool though. Well done. Go ahead. Keep going.
I just feel like, like at this point, I'm just mad experimenting and just bringing them along for the ride. And it's been working. I mean, I'm blessed to still be here. Who knows? Things are opening up right now, and we don't know what's going to happen these next few months.
Yeah. Speaking of things opening up, that's probably the second most popular question is, what will you be doing on Twitch as things opening up? And what's like the future for Snapback?
I can't speak on behalf of Snapback right now, but for myself, I do want to piggyback on what shout out to Kid Kut Up, by the way. Great interview. I was listening while I was having lunch or dinner.
It can be lunch.
We've discovered there's a new community here that doesn't really go out to nightlife stuff, And with me, like I don't intend on just once the gig opens up, I'm there, I'm leaving Twitch. No, I feel like I set myself up to stream during times where I'm not going to be out. So I mean, as long as I have a daytime stream and people are hanging out with me, I don't have no intentions of changing that at this point.
Yeah. Shout out Soul Profess. Thank you for the follow. What do you think is something that you've learned while you've been streaming on Twitch that you'll then apply to your in real life gigs?
The people matter the most up in here. You kind of like, I'm a DJ, you're a DJ. We're used to playing, like, we're already used to playing for the crowd. But for them to like help curate your channel and have a hands-on, like, immediate impact on everything you do, I feel like that's something that's been undervalued prior to pandemic.
Mm-hmm. I've also noticed that you do a lot of work with like a lot of the mods who stream. You kind of assist them, help them. First of all, props to you for doing that. How have you seen other mods who were maybe a little tentative to stream, but you've helped them kind of get going? What have you seen with that process?
First off, shout outs to like our Snapback Day One mod, Chrissy Form. She was the person who gave us the playbook on how to transition over to Twitch.
Yes.
So shout outs to her. And I wanted, once I jumped on, I told her, you're specifically going to be my mod, you know?
Yes.
And she was down with it. And so when the time being, she said she wanted to start streaming as well. And not just me, but a lot of other people in our community were quick to assist her and let her know what she needed. And, you know, it's, you know, people who help you out, you got to help them out too. This is one number thing, like, you kind of got to value most going back into these IRL type of situations.
Yeah, indeed. You know, shout out to Chrissy. Let us know what time your 8-bit show is. I think that show is so fun. It's so cool. What time is that tonight?
I think she's on at 9 o'clock, if I believe so. She said she was having internet problems today, so I don't know if she solved that. So we'll see.
Cool show where they play songs, but it's like 8-bit versions of the songs, so you have to guess them. It's super cool. I love it. I love it. You mentioned a streaming computer, but we always talk about technology. What piece of technology have you acquired, or two pieces, since you started streaming that now you can't live without?
So first of all, like, I didn't know what to do, like, to jump onto Twitch. I thought, okay, maybe I'll use like my iMac that's just sitting on the corner right there. And once I started running it by people, like, shout outs to Gene Hove and DJ Verse, they were the two people who assisted me on getting onto Twitch. They were the one to school me, like, yeah, you need a computer with more cores, better graphics card. And I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? It's like, you should just pick up a gaming computer. I was like, I really gotta cough up money for that. But luckily, besides that, I already had an audio interface that I used for recording, so I had the Focusrite, which is what a lot of people are using here, surprisingly.
Yes.
I started off with a webcam, and then I upgraded into like a mirrorless camera, which I feel like that's been like my biggest asset as far as, like, besides the music, is I always get complimented on the picture quality. So I'm grateful for that. But
and tell us what kind of camera it is, because Ebony ATL is just commenting Remark has the best camera on Twitch. So
this is a Sony A6400, and I'm running that body, and I'm using a Sigma 16mm lens with it. So I bought the body of the camera and then the lens. That I got, like, I asked people around. I know Eric Deluxe was using the A6400, and he's been more than he's the one that is like told me, like, yeah, get this, get that. And then I did my research. I made my rounds, different channels. Don't be afraid to ask what they're using in different channels, because 9 out of 10, they're going to tell you what they're using. I feel like a lot of DJs who aren't sharing come from the whole, like, cover your label community. And I feel like this is not the platform where you can be seeing a lot of that. So shouts out to everybody who's helped me out, been kind enough to lend me some tips, and I just want to pay that forward.
We appreciate you. That lens, I have the A6000, but I don't have any lenses for it. So that lens could be, what holiday's coming up, but it could be a little cheap expense for me, because the lens helps. Like, I have the camera, it's dope. And if you had the lens, like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I felt like the lens made a big difference, because I had the stock lens at first. And then once I jumped onto the Sigma, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, indeed. I know a lot of people come to you for advice about streaming. Most of the time, people will probably come in there maybe a little bit nervous or just tentative, like Kid Kut Up and I were talking about. What do you share with them to kind of ease their concerns?
You don't have to ask me in front of everybody. You could pull me aside and whisper it to me. I'm like an open book. I'm not gonna, like, withhold anything. I'll share almost everything. I don't know if, like, there's some things we could probably still, like, like, I'm not gonna, like, show every single song that I played or something like that.
Right. Yes.
I mean, we all have Shazam already, and we should all YouTube, but let me know. I'm an open book. People come to my streams all the time and ask me about different stuff. I had to do my research. Hi, it's Danny, for instance. What's up, Danny? He's the one to ask me, like, what a better mixer to get, because he's been on the Rain and he learning now that he's trying to get an S11. So that's dope. We're still tech geeks. I'm still a tech geek at heart. So I like talking tech stuff.
We love our nerds, the nerds within us. We love being a nerd. So for sure. What about, because this is a popular topic, like just growing your community in terms of like people call it like the path of partner, and just what's your philosophy on that, and how do you help people who might be consumed with that a little too much?
You can't, like, I've actually had this conversation with a few DJs already. You can't help what's going to happen with that, especially with your path to partner. I feel like the most you can do is try to grow to your community as much as you can. They have your back enough. It's going to, things will happen without you realizing it. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it. Like, I've seen people who are like so concentrated on that path to partner and they've actually got denied. But the minute they're like, F it, I don't care about that anymore, I'm just going to be there for my community, they've gotten the badge within weeks. And that amazes me.
Mm-hmm. What do you feel is important for us to consider? Because you have lots of different nights and different themes that you do. So when we're building our channel and growing our audience, how do you come up with your themes and which ones have worked the best for you?
Up until September, I was still just going all over the place, working with different type of formats. And if I'm doing something that works, people are feeling it. For instance, the 80s stuff on a Monday, I'd never thought I'd be playing that, like playing 80s, like stuff that may be corny to some people, but for that chat room, they love it. I go, how do I feel? How do you guys feel about me doing this every Monday? And like everybody was like unanimous, like do it. Mm-hmm. And so since September, that format has been a staple in what I'm doing.
So 80s, what other themes do like you, because I know you pushed the New Jack back to Wednesday, like what other themes do you really like and have surprised you here on Twitch?
New Jack was another one. I felt like they voted on that one. I just thought like maybe I should space my days out more. So I'm going to carry that over to Wednesday, make that more broad. And then Freestyle Fridays, I play a lot of like, the freestyle classics and early house, stuff like that. That's been working on Fridays. So
I like it. I love freestyle music. Philip Imbuito wants to know, any chance for a new music stream?
I'm working on it. It's, it's still, I might use one of those Tuesdays or Thursdays as a new music day.
Okay.
So yeah, it's still a work in progress.
If I recall correctly, I remember I found you so long ago, but you used to stream almost daily, and now you've kind of cut your schedule back, or like, why did you do that? If you did that, and how do you kind of keep from getting burned out?
I think initially, like I cut it back because I was getting burnt out. I mean, you don't want to. I stream for at least 3 hours per stream, and to go that 4th hour would be so much wear and tear at the end of the day. And for like, at one point, I was doing Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday back to back, so I couldn't wait till Wednesday came around. So just until like probably a couple of days ago, I just decided, I'm just gonna consolidate my throwback hip hop and R&B with my New Jack and put that on Wednesday. That way I could just go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It makes it easier for everybody, including myself.
Yeah, I agree. Like I had to cut back my schedule significantly. And I did like 54 days in a row. Floss and I did that back in like August and September. I don't know how I did that because I was fried by then. Old School Schmo says, don't forget about Sunday Island Vibes too.
Yeah, I do have my Sunday Island Vibes. And yeah, Shah said I comedian. That was my first show. It doesn't pull as much numbers as the rest of my streams, but I feel like that's kind of like my pet project, that I'm still working on.
Yeah.
Passion project.
Yeah, for sure. Like I have my slow jams I'm going to add back. That's like my passion project too. Mm-hmm. When you go to look at other channels, you see a lot of other channels because you mod or you help out or you view. What are some key factors that you look at when watching a new channel?
First off, I want to see how quickly they engage the viewers in their chat room, whoever's saying hi to them. And sometimes you might get there in the middle like of a hype train or whenever, depending how fast their chat's flying. But if it's not them as a streamer, somebody's mod is going to respond to you. And that's the first thing I look for. that's just me just trying to see what I can grow on. I always try to look at whatever they're doing, what I can learn from. I'm not really trying to take apart their streams, but I just can't help. I'm like a absorber, and I want to see what they're doing, what they're playing, just how they're engaging with their community.
Cool. I gotta shout out Fresh Be Flavor. That's Be Fresh. That's my remix partner, my music instructor. Shout out to you. Be Fresh in the building. What advice do you have for people who just really, maybe some of our peers who aren't on Twitch and have kind of, still missing out? What do you say to them when they ask you about it?
You never know what you're gonna like until you try it, Like, I could have been one of those people. I'll be honest. I could have been like, I'm good on that. I'm just gonna hang out. Like, I signed up for Disney Plus, and I've only watched 2 shows since like the beginning of quarantine. I thought, okay, I'm gonna catch up on so many shows once this pandemic hit, but man, a year later, I'm ready to cancel some of my streaming services
and keep streaming. I hear you. Any, before I ask you a final question, things are opening up. Some of us are kind of unsure of how to keep adding Twitch into our daily, weekly DJ routine. Any advice for people like us?
Try to figure out times when it's not gonna work against what your potential IRL gig days. Obviously, most of our gigs are at nighttime, so try to put together some day streams or afternoons. See what happens. You never know. Be there for your viewers. That's my whole thing. Just be there for your viewers, because you don't want to just turn your back on them. No,
not at all. So your next stream is Wednesday, correct? What time?
Wednesday, 2:00 Pacific time.
Okay. Yeah, 2:00 Pacific, 5:00 on the East. Any last minute words of wisdom or things we might have to cover before I kind of continue on and let you continue about your evening?
I appreciate you having me, man. Shouts out to everybody who's tuned into you. I see your channel growing, man. So much great things that are happening, and I can't wish you enough, Thank you.
I appreciate you for sure. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, and just helping out the people as we all grow together. So we appreciate you. Everyone, make sure you put some ones and hearts in the chat for Remark. Make sure you're following him. Tune in on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. in the East. And we just appreciate you. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you, Monty. Best of luck, bro.
Cool. Take care.
You too.
All right. Cool. Another great interview. Shots. Good job. So put those ones in the chat. Before we get Miss Her here into the classroom, the teacher's classroom here, I want to know in the chat who here knows about NFTs, because we're going to have a guest next week that's going to talk to us about NFTs. And I think that specifically for us on Twitch, we have a unique opportunity to take advantage of it. So I want to see in the chat who knows about it. I'm going to show a quick video. I'm going to show about 2 or 3 minutes of this video. But there you go. See, I'm Arabian Prince. What I missed. So Arabian Prince, I want you to speak on how we can, in the chat, really use NFTs to our benefit. I'm going to show this video. You can kind of share your thoughts. But I knew you were going to say that. I just knew it. So yes. So hold on. Let me show this video, because I think we need to stay ahead of things like this. A lot of times, DJ community is late, but I don't want to be late with this because I think it's got some potential. So hold on, let's watch a couple minutes of this video. I get my Les Brown on in a minute. Hold on.
Hey guys, for Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez. NFTs, Ethereum, blockchains, and Dogecoins. If all of those terms just went over your head and you're thinking, what the f***, you are not alone. Welcome to the future. It's time to wake up to the matrix that we already are in. Chances are you've heard of cryptocurrency, even if it's only been in the form of a meme. Just like the stock market, their value all depends on the ebb and flow of supply and demand. For example, one of the internet's most beloved gifts, Nyan Cat, just turned 10 years old. And as a birthday celebration, its creator Chris Torres has remastered the original animation. And now, the cat gif has just sold in a bidding war for almost $600,000. How? Cryptocurrency, or should I say crypto media. Crypto media consists of a wide range of assets, including digital art, memes, collectibles, and even real estate on a virtual plot. Nyan Cat is just one of many pieces of crypto media that has been sold, and it's not even the highest sell that's gone down. Back in December, crypto media made headlines when Instagram artist Beeple sold 20 of his pieces for $3.5 million. All of these sales are made possible by a little thing called a non-fungible token, also known as an NFT. NFTs are sold on decentralized marketplaces like Nifty Gateway, Rarible, Super Rare, and Zora.
I think the attraction of having a one-of-one is still just the ownership of it. Like everyone says like, oh, can't I screenshot that or can't I screen record that? And the best argument I hear is you can screen record, the Mona Lisa, or you can download a picture of a Basquiat from the internet, but like only one person actually owns that. And so to own it is the most valuable thing, and everybody wants to have that like certificate of authenticity. And that's basically what this is on the blockchain. It's like a digital certificate of authenticity.
But that NFT is a contract. It's a ledger, but it's a contract that the entire world agrees to, that says the rightful owner of this thing, this media, this art, this painting, or whatever it is, belongs to Bobby or whoever that rightful owner is. That's all it is. The NFT is the contract. It's not the art. The art, we call it crypto art. We call it crypto media. We have all these different words for it. It's a digital photograph. It's a video you shot on your phone of your friends skating. That's the art. And so when you're seeing people minting different things online as NFTs, what they're doing is they're claiming space on that contract that everyone agrees to, the blockchain, that says, hey, everybody, that belongs to me. I'm the owner. If you want it, you can come to me. I might sell it to you, or I might keep it forever. I just want to prove to the world that I am the rightful owner.
And so as an artist, I'm actually buying other artists' work, which I do in the art world, but not like how I'm doing in the NFT world. And I've bought so many art pieces as NFTs, and it's awesome. And also I've sold them for more money. So I'm making money with the artist now. Yeah, so there's a whole element of.
All right, so I'm gonna pause that there because there's a lot going on and we gotta take it in stages. But first off, Remark, thank you for that 5-piece. Let us know what side items you want. You heard them before: mac and cheese, collard greens, cornbread, even grits and shrimp, plantains, platanos maduros. Yes. So Arabian Princess, a great video. Remark, also, whenever you're looking for another guest DJ to come into Federal Bar in North Hollywood or anywhere, you can holler at your boy too. I'll come in and drop a set. Let me know for sure. Right. So thank you to My MP3 Pool for sharing with me the article they wrote, which had this video. Next week, we're going to have Nick Exclusive. I forget his DJ name, but he is he walked us through a Neil Jackson stream on Friday, how the NBA is using NFTs to help people. The players are earning money. People who are buying moments, like if you bought a moment, Steph Curry hits a game-winning 3, you get like number 2 out of 4,000 for that one. It's worth $40. In a couple months, it's worth 300 or 400 or 4,000. And then the way that it can transfer over to funds and money is really fascinating. So we're gonna have a guest next week for that. Yes, LV, I just used the King's English. You're funny. Exactly. So this is what Arabian Prince is talking about here, NBA Top Shot Pack. It's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm thinking like moments we have on Twitch, for example. LV does this really funny thing when he does this little special video where he says, I'm gonna help you out your feelings. Like that can become a moment. You can sell that. People will bid on that because it's really funny and we really love it. Or say like Morse code. He does this really great like beat juggle with a scratch into something else. You can turn that into a moment on Twitch and sell that too. So it's really, really interesting. And what we're doing on Twitch creates these different moments. And I just think that we can take advantage of it. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I can't wait for us to learn about it. And next week we'll have a guest to talk about it. So tune in then. Awesome. Exactly, Shelby. All right, so we're going to bring the superstar herself, Miss Her, to the building. Welcome. Hold on, let me get you here. Miss Her.
Hey.
There you are. Welcome to Pitt University. How we doing?
Did you get LV's memo to refer to me as the superstar?
I mean, we've been calling you that for a while. So you might have me on in the background. There's a little echo, so you might want to check that to work on that. But I'll let you do that for sure.
Like, what should I put on headphones or something? What should I do?
You could try headphones, or if you go into StreamYard and you hit echo cancellation, if you go
I have that
that
unchecked.
Okay. So I think, Let's see what we can do here. If you're listening to it, you can maybe turn on the volume. Maybe put headphones on so you can hear me. Try that. Try putting headphones on. We'll see about that. Yeah. But yes, we need to get on those NFTs that we were talking in the chat. I'm sure Raymond Prince could share any other knowledge he has, but we got to pay attention for sure. There you go. Thank you, Crazy. I found that age command. I love that age command. I have to change up some of them now. But all right, we'll try it again.
I don't think, because I don't hear you.
I think it's not so bad. We can roll with it. Yeah, we can roll with it. Yeah, don't worry. Tell us first, where does your DJ name come from?
My name comes from Common's iconic song from the early 90s, I Used to Love Her. And if you were really listening to some people think the song was about a woman, but the song was about hip hop. Her means hearing every rhyme. Look at LV trying to act like he knows something.
All right. So that's where the name comes from. You want to add anything, or that's good?
No, I mean that's cool. I mean, if you hit your Googles, it's going to say hearing every rhyme, hearing hip hop in its essence and real. Yeah,
got it. Yeah,
that's what it'll say on Google or Wikipedia. Okay. But another name acronym stands for hearing every rhyme.
Got it. So you're in the DC area, but you're from 757, if I recall correctly.
I am from the 757, Hampton, Virginia, to be exact, the peninsula.
Okay.
Born and raised there, but I've been in DC. It'll be this year, 20 years I've been in DC.
Okay, so home of Missy Elliott, home of Neptunes.
Missy, Timberland, Neptunes, NERD. Okay. You know what it is. What it is.
All right. I want to ask.
All the athletes.
Yes, all the athletes too. First of all, Bubba Chuck, Allen Iverson.
And the fact that you know Bubba Chuck instead of Allen Iverson. Come on, Amani.
I know.
Yes, I went to the same high school as Bubba Chuck, a.k.a. Allen Iverson. Yes, so, that's where I'm from.
All right.
And I played basketball against him in the gym. Oh. And I stole the ball from him. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I ripped him a little bit.
You got the credits. Tell us, how did you find Twitch and what inspired you to stream?
You know what, Amani? I have been trying to figure it out, but Beatrice said that she's the one that told me about Twitch, and I can't confirm nor deny, so I'm just going to go with it, because just like most DJs, we were sick of being cut off on IG and Facebook and all of that good stuff, and it just ruins the whole mood. And then I heard about this Twitch. I had never heard about Twitch prior to 2020. And then I got on and I was watching some DJs, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and create an account, see what's popping. And next thing you know, I was streaming. I think I started streaming in early June, maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
If you were to look at your stream in early June and then look at your stream now, what would you say?
Night and day, baby. Let me tell you this.
Tell us why.
I didn't know anything about a green screen, like OBS, and I still to this day call my channel the juke joint of Twitch, because I didn't know nothing. I'm not a graphic designer or any of that, but because at the beginning I was legit streaming directly from the Twitch app.
Yes, on your phone.
So there was none of the graphics and all of that, And then eventually I started learning about stuff, good old YouTube University, my best friend. That's where I learned to do everything. And things just started to look better. Not saying they look great now, but they just look better.
Yeah. How were you able to pretty much humble yourself to figure out that you had to learn, ask questions? Because we talked several times about different things here and there. I remember I told you about stream, getting the zoom on the camera.
Amani, so many whispers.
In the whispers.
And how do you, and what is, and Amani will be right on it. I'm like, does he work? I don't know what he's doing, but he'll respond within 10 minutes. And I'm like, that daggone Amani. I love the professor, okay?
But
you got me straight. You definitely got me straight. This stream right here, Twitch University, has helped me out tremendously. And anyone who's streaming or just viewing DJs or whatever you're viewing on Twitch, I'll always direct people to your page to learn about, well, in the world is a hype train, and what is a bit, and what is happening when this.
Yeah. Legit questions.
Yes.
And like, but to have the mindset that you know you want to improve and you're trying to improve live on the fly, how did you adopt that mindset? Because that's not everyone's cup of tea.
Trying to improve on it is definitely not everyone's cup of tea. And I'm going to say it's not my cup of tea, but you know, you just watch other streamers and to see what they have going on, and you just try to figure out how you can emulate that in some form of fashion, and just do better. Like, we're always growing. We're all of us are a continuous work in progress. You can't stay stagnant and just be like, okay, well, this works, and I'm gonna just stay right here, and I'm not gonna do anything else, you know. But my big brother always tells me, it's like, it's not about the visuals, it's all about the music, you know. And I'm like, okay, but I still want it to look better.
Understood.
You know, like the room that I use, this room, my second room, I never spent this much time in this room. And I've been in this house for like 10, 12 years, you know what I'm saying? And I've just never, I'm like, darn, I didn't get a chance to paint the walls or any of that. And I'm just ordering stuff off Amazon and just try to make it, you know, look nice, you know, like I'm a DJ. You know, I'm not that DJ that has a wall of like 1,000 records behind me, you know what I'm saying? So I just gotta make it work. And again, but we still the juke joint of Twitch, and I will forever be the juke joint of Twitch. Because we come in there and we cut up, and it's all about the music. All the other stuff is the icing on the cake. You know, it don't matter, you know.
All right. So I gotta ask you, I want to talk about your performance during D-Man's Beats for a Cure raid thing. And you had a really good performance because you put on this video, and I'm curious as to where that came from.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I donated to the Edith P. Wright Foundation. And you talking about the video I played at the end?
Yes.
So that came from Miriam, who's like the founder of the foundation. Edith P. Wright was her mother, and she's a singer. So she provided me that video to play, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. But I'm like, when am I going to? I'm going to do it in the middle, the beginning. And then I just felt that, you know, to put it at the end to close out my set. And then, you know how we do on my channel, just tears just tend to flow on my channel. Everybody's crying. But I mean, it was a great video. It really drove the point home of how cancer has interrupted so many people's lives and families in like the worst way. And we got to figure it out. Like, we just got to figure it out, because it's tearing families apart, you know, just stealing mothers, fathers, you know, close friends every day, you know. So we got to figure it out. But that's where that video came from.
Okay, I had to ask. That was a memorable performance. You see, we haven't forgotten about it. It's been like 5 months since.
I was like, what? I'm like, the video, that was back in October. You know, I'm old, Amani. You got me thinking.
What about technology? You've bought a lot of things on Amazon. You've acquired a lot of technology. What is the 1 or 2 pieces of technology that you can now no longer live without based on streaming?
My little handy dandy ring light. And my Focusrite audio interface.
All right. Yeah.
Because of course I started off on Instagram, and I bought up like a couple iRigs so I could stream to Instagram and Facebook at the same time. But now they just collecting dust in the drawer. I don't need those anymore. And I have the Focusrite Scarlett something. Shout out to DJ Wally Sparks for suggesting that.
Shout out Wally Sparks down in Atlanta.
I don't know what to do, because at one time I was DJing and streaming from one computer. and I just didn't feel like the iRig was working right. And then with Serato, they have the new I Show You
Yes.
audio, so I was using that. But then when I ended up having a secondary computer to stream from, I'm like, well, if I'm streaming from this computer, I Show You is not on that computer, so I have to figure out what's going to be my audio interface. And that's where Wally Sparks suggested the Scarlett.
Nice. Thank
So
you,
that
Wally
was like
Sparks.
my Christmas gift to myself.
Okay. All right. All
Yes.
right. Where does the name the Cocoa Babies come from?
He said the Cocoa Babies. So listen, when I started streaming, which was a year ago yesterday, first time I hit live.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I think maybe a week into streaming, I was like, what am I going to call this? And then because of the time that I was streaming, which was 12:30, I'm like, this is around the time that most people will be taking a break if they were actually at work. You know, everyone's working from home. And I'm like, we'll just call this the break room. So a break room exists at your place of employment, right? So because now it's the break room and it's like something that happens at your place of employment, I'm like, okay, now we're all virtual coworkers, right?
Okay.
But then you know how we do. We just shorten stuff. You know, we just break stuff all the way down. So co-workers broke down to, co-cos. You know what I'm saying? and that's just where it started,
Okay.
Stirs the Soul probably has something to do with it. But I think it was co-workers, then we went to co-woes, and then it just broke down to co-cos. And then the Coco thing, the Cocos were born, and there's the emote floating through the chat. It's a Coco thing, and here we are today.
Love it. Love it. Excellent job there. Let's go back to March 21st, 2020. What advice would you give Miss Her now that you've been through a year and 1 day of streaming?
What advice would I give Miss Her on March 21st, 2020? I don't know. Don't be scared. Just go just go live, because I've definitely I had never done that. I had never hit go live to DJ. I don't think I ever hit to go live to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a real social media person. So just don't be scared. Just go live and just play your music. And even then, I wasn't even a talker like that. So I'm just playing my music. When I first started, some of you can remember, my camera was to the side of me. So you was getting a profile shot and my little raggedy wall in the background and some stuff in the corner. And I'm like, I wasn't ready for this, but I don't think most of us were. But, eventually, I figured it out and had to move some stuff around in this room. But to answer your question is just don't be scared.
Okay, simple answer. Definitely. Yeah. Shout out DJ Focus in the building. Diva929. Hello, neighbor. What's up? Acrobatic says, keep plenty of tissue next to the DJ table.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Somehow, I don't know. This pandemic has brought out so many tears in me that I didn't realize that I had. But I mean, any and everything will make me cry. But it's mostly the music, what's going on in the world. We had a lot of social unrest during the pandemic, and it just gets to you. And then you're stuck in the house, and it's not many people around, and it'll get on you, it just get on you, and you be like, woe is me. But it's not woe is me, it's woe is everybody. We're all going through it, and just stuff get to you. Songs that you've heard a million times, it's just a song, but that particular day, that thing hit different. It just hit different that day.
Yes, Johnny Gill hits different now, but I digress. Keep going.
It's but I don't want to be known as the crying DJ, but it happens. I'm human. I'm a Pisces. Can y'all see it? Hold on, let me move
proud
my head.
Pisces.
I'm a Pisces. I have feelings. I empathize. I care. You know, my petty is high. It was super high today. You was there. You saw it.
Yes, I did.
But even though Pisces season is over, I just figure I wear this one just to remind y'all what just happened the past few weeks and how we cut up.
Okay. So I got to ask you because, you know, I admire your work ethic, specifically on Twitch. Like, you work hard in your stream. You ask questions. You're always trying things. You stream a lot. You put a lot of work in.
Do I stream a lot, though?
You stream like daily at least, right? 5 days a week?
No, I'm only 3 days a week.
You used to stream more, correct?
When I first started, when I was like strictly on Instagram and Facebook, that I was going Monday through Friday.
Yeah. So
but that lasted maybe a month, 2 months. And then I'm like, this is too much. Like, I DJ more now than I did when outside was open. This is not normal.
Yeah. So
I had to build my DJ legs up. You know what I'm saying?
you got strong legs now. And I will say, like, talk to us about, I ask every DJ this because it's important to learn and find out your perspective, but like just the whole quest to get partner, how it went for you. How did you keep your mind right? What was that like?
Well, I'm not going to say when I got on Twitch is like, okay, I need to become partner, because I'm just figuring out what in the world Twitch is. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I'm streaming some weeks and, you know, I'm not checking the email, and it was something about an affiliate, but I'm like, I don't know, but I just ignored it, you know. But then when I finally realized what that was, I'm like, oh, I can monetize now.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, but let me go ahead and fill out this paperwork.
Yes.
So this is how I get that subscribe button that I see on other people's channel. And this is how I get the emotes and all of that stuff. So, you know, I filled out my paperwork and I'm like affiliate, you know, and then I'm learning about partner and all that stuff. And, you know, they give you the criteria you have to meet, even though, come on, Twitch. I don't know why y'all tell people that. We know that ain't the truth. People hit that all day long and you be like, nope, try again. Be like, But I mean, in their defense, they do say, even if you hit these three marks, that does not guarantee partnership. So I did read the fine print. So I wasn't shocked the first time I got denied for partner. But I was just excited that I hit, you know, especially everybody knows the streamers, you know, hitting that, was it 75 average viewers?
Yes.
That's like the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I got there and I still got turned down, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not worried about this. And just like when LV, you know, got partners, something he said, and I totally agree. It was like, I didn't want this to be about, oh, how many people are watching me, and you know, should I stream this long just to see how many viewers and all that. So I I didn't want it to be about any of that. I just wanted it to be about the music and the conversation that was going on in the chat and meeting the different people from all over the world. I didn't really care about the numbers, but you know, as they say, eventually it'll all come together, you know, and it did, you know. Shout out to DJ Charisma. Like, they said I could apply in November, and I applied and got denied. And it was like, you can reapply in a couple weeks or whatever. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Let me wait till I get my followers up and get my average up even higher and all that. And I was talking to Charisma about it one day. And she was like, now, why are you waiting to hit these marks again? Because you're going to wait. And then what if they deny you again? So you just waited to get denied. It's just like, why are you waiting? Just do it. You know what I'm saying? So only her and I knew that I was going to apply. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and reapply today. And I did. And like 7 days later, I got the email, but I didn't see the email until 2 days after it was sent.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, it doesn't even come in your inbox. It's going to come in like your spam folder or something like that. And I'm like, oh, for real? And like, I'm deleting Twitch emails all day because, you get the emails, such and such went live, such and such. And I'm like, I love y'all, but I don't read them. Delete. I'm like, y'all filling up my inbox right now. Like, I need to see the important stuff. But I was deleting. And one kind of caught mine. I was like, wait a minute. And then I clicked on it and I was just like,
yeah.
Say what?
Yeah.
I'm a partner on Twitch. So the day I found out, which was a Wednesday, a day I normally stream, I'm like, you know what? I ain't going to even say nothing today. I'm going to wait till I think I was about to hit 4,000 followers. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even say nothing. I'm going to wait till I hit 4,000 followers. And then when that day happens, then I'm going to let everyone know that I made partner, this, that, and the other. But then I'm like, if 2020 didn't teach me nothing else, it taught me that tomorrow is not promised to anyone. And I'm like, why am I hold on to this information? Like, what if I slip and fall in the shower, crack my head? Y'all would never know that I made partner. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm holding on to information. So I did tell everyone, and I wanted to tell like a few people prior to, but by the time I found out and me prepping for my stream, there was no time for me to really tell anyone. So everyone found out and I didn't announce it to the very end of my stream. It was like, I put my train up, we going to the next one. I'd be like, oh, y'all, I forgot. And I put up the little graphic that I had made partner. And it was awesome. Everyone seemed to be very happy for me. And I still couldn't believe it, Amani, because like for real, I'm like, what are they looking for in partnership? Because I see DJs out there who have numbers like higher than me. Like even like when I'm watching them, like their numbers are way and consistently. And and I figured, and I see like they didn't make partner, and I'm like, so how is it that they didn't make partner, but I made it, and my numbers are not? I don't know what they look for, and I'm not Professor. Do you know? Do you have the inside scoop of what they're really looking for instead of what they they put on a creator dashboard? Like, do you really know the inside scoop?
I will say I do not know the. I myself have been declined twice, so I'm still waiting now. I have like my guardian angel NYC dope. It continues to push me behind the scenes, so I think. I don't know, but the averages are changing. Things are changing. You just got to roll with it. Keep doing what you're doing, and it'll happen when it's the right time for you, as it did with you. You're the perfect example. You said you listen to Charisma. Shout out to Charisma for being your guardian angel, and just keep moving forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of shocked. I'm like, wow, like I made partner on Twitch, and people that are not on Twitch, they say, well, what does that mean? They was like, oh, I'm excited for you.
What does that mean?
And I'm like, well, before, I can monetize my channel, but now, and I still don't even know it's the truth, but do you get like a higher percentage of the subs? Is that
not until you get to averaging 10,000 viewers on over a 30-day stream, and then that's when you become a top tier partner.
Wait a minute, back up, rewind. Averaging 10,000 viewers?
Yes.
But yeah, I'm not aiming for that.
That's future goals. We just appreciate.
Say what?
Yes. Shout out DJ Spinner. Shout out to thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. You are a legend.
Shout out to Spinner. Spinner, thank you for having me on the Soul Sister set you had 2 Sundays ago. Thank you for let me showcase my talents on your platform.
Yeah. Props to you for everything, Spinner. So thank you. And Gabe's Angel, thank you for the follow. I'm curious to hear this next question. Your answer to the next question. Like, I know a lot of people come to you for advice, and they
come to me for what? Advice?
Yes.
They do?
Let's just make believe. If you're going to be quite humble, we can make believe and be like, what do you say to people when they come to you and are like, I want to stream, I want to follow in your footsteps, but I'm nervous?
What did I say earlier? Don't be scared. Okay? Scared money don't make money. You hear me? Don't be scared. And I was the first one that was scared. But I'm like, I am a full-time DJ. Okay? Let's just start there. Like, I don't have any other income. Playing records is what I do for a living. I left corporate America first week of January 2018. I have been sustaining my life by these. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you definitely can't be scared right now because we don't know when outside is about to open back up. So, like, I had a testimony. Like, I did a pop-up late night after the verses. And that first day I did a live stream on Instagram. And it was only like 2 hours. And, you know, I hit live. I didn't know nothing about pinning information I didn't know anything. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit live and I'm gonna play the music. I didn't have an iRig. You heard the music coming from the speakers in the room. It was a mess. But people was there to hear me spin. And then people were like, what is your Cash App and all of that stuff? And then I'll say it, and then somebody, you know, type it in the chat and all that stuff. And that very first stream, and I think I only played for maybe 2 hours. Once again, Miss Her cried, you know. But the reason I cried is because, you know, when you get a Cash App, you get that from that phone number and all that stuff. And I looked at my phone, I'm like, what? Basically, people had tipped me enough to pay my mortgage. I live in DC, y'all.
It ain't cheap in DC. Let me tell you that right now.
It ain't cheap in DC, okay? I'm going to just say that, all right? Granted, I don't have one of the more expensive mortgages because I did purchase my house in 2006, so I don't have the stupid, but, you know, it ain't cheap, okay?
Yes.
So, of course, I cried. I was thankful and all of that good stuff. And I'm like, so is this what I've been missing out by not streaming? Is this what's happening to all the other DJs that I'm watching day in and day out? I mean, I don't know what they getting tipped, and I'm not about to ask them, but I'm like, wait a minute, let me get a schedule going because I like this. Let's get a schedule and get this thing popping. You hear me? And them tips was hitting. They was hitting that first month. 2 months, you know, they was hitting good, you know.
Yes,
then they started to trickle off. But then, you know, Twitch came around and
here we are.
Things started to bounce back because, you know, eventually when I was able to monetize. But yes, I tell my folks all the time, I'm like, you are my employer, whether you believe it or not. Because what you put into my channel, that's what I get once a month from Twitch. And shout out to the CARES Act too, for people, self-employed people.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, this pandemic hurt a lot of people, and I was nervous. But I mean, as most of you know, who's if you've ever tuned into my channel, you know I'm a believer. I just feel like all my blessings come from a higher power that I pray to, and I stand by that. Like, my faith is strong, you know what I'm saying? So, and we're still here, you know.
We're still here. Stay strong. I also gotta say, yes. Also gotta say, Spinner, you there in the chat? We got to get you on the show. Let me know when you come on the show so we can talk to you. That would be awesome.
Somebody told me Spinner cried when I played on his channel.
Oh, is that true?
I don't know if he's going to confirm or deny that, but the next day it was like Spinner had a wet face because I had a wet face and everybody else had a wet face.
Spinner, you can put a 1 in the chat if that's true. That's fine. My next question for you is that now that we're coming out of the pandemic and you are a working DJ, full-time DJ, he said indeed. So he confirmed the crying, I'm assuming. Okay. how do you plan to use Twitch as part of your weekly DJ schedule?
Oh, I'm still gonna be on Twitch because to be quite honest, especially so actually yesterday I had my first in-person gig, for 2021. And thankfully I didn't have to, bring speakers and all of that. I'm not looking forward to that again. I'm spoiled now with the whole streaming life. I've done several virtual gigs from my home and still getting like the same type of checks, and I'm in here in my slippers. I might have on some shorts, just make sure you look good from the waist up,
Yes.
And I'm like, you can't beat this, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that I don't want to go out and spin in front of people, because that happened yesterday and it felt really good, but I'm going to be on Twitch.
Good.
I'm still going to keep a weekly regular schedule that I feel that I can commit to.
Okay. Good.
So
Shout out.
I'm very thankful for Twitch.
You and me both. Shout out Tweak Music Tips. Kova's in the building. Talk to us about your schedule. How do you come up with the themes and the different days that you do? Because I also enjoy your diversity with that.
Been early in Twitch, okay. I was very ambitious, and I'm like, every day needs to have a theme and all of that. But then that kind of wore me out trying to come up with that. And then I don't want the Cocos to get on me, but I used to do this thing called the People's Playlist on Wednesday. Y'all don't get on. I will bring that back, but I have to bring it back in a way that works for me, because it was a lot of time that I had to put into the People's Playlist. But I will eventually bring that back. Coco's been on me about that. But yeah, themes, I would look, do my Googles and be like, well, who's celebrating a birthday today, an artist or whatever. If I see someone, then I'll go in on that artist that day. Or one day I just broke it down. I'm like, today is Tuesday. I'm going to play songs, and all the titles of the songs all begin with the letter T. Like, I did that several times. It's just like any and everything. Like, when the seasons change, we did one about the playlist about the weather. You just got to be creative to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then it got to the point I'm like, look, I'm just playing, because that's what I just normally do. I just get in here. I play the first song, and we'll figure out where we go for the next couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to being like a structured playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, it can be fun, but an everyday thing, no. And I think one of our favorite people's playlists is covers. Yes. We've done at least 3 covers people's playlists, because people will cover somebody's song over and over and over again. And then the Cocos are some music heads. Let's start with that. The Cocos don't play. They come and I get the submissions in my DMs, and I'm like, what in the world? And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm gonna have most of the stuff. I got to find it and download most of this music. And I'm like, y'all know some music, y'all. And I love it, because people always think it's the DJ that's supposed to put you on. Like, I don't know all music. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to everything. So I like it when, my community can teach me something, put me on to some artists. I absolutely love that. You know what I'm saying? So love you, Cocos. You're the best. I'm glad, we've met over in these virtual streets. I love you guys.
Indeed. Your schedule. Before I ask you the final question, tell us what your schedule is for the rest of the week.
Tomorrow, Soul Train. Mostly UK DJs, but I'll be on tomorrow, 12 p.m. And that's because we sprung forward and the UK hasn't yet. Mm-hmm. So last week, this week, I would normally be on at 11 a.m., but because we sprung forward, I'm now on at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for an hour, playing soulful music. Not necessarily soul, but soulful music. That's tomorrow. Wednesday, my regular break room But according to an email I received today, I don't know if that's going to happen because I have another virtual gig that's close to the break room time. So I don't know yet about Wednesday. But, then Friday I'll be on at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this Saturday, last Saturday with my Canadian family whom I met through Twitch, DJ Mace out in Ottawa, Canada. I'll be on at 6:30 p.m., 6:30 to 8 p.m. Saturday. They do a party called Last Saturday, which happens every last Saturday.
Got it.
It's super dope, edits, house, funky flips, all of the things, and they're gonna bring that back. And it sounds like this party is gonna happen in person really soon. And they've already told me, like when things are right, you're gonna be here. And I'm like, say less. I'm ready.
Yes.
Look, I get my second shot April 8th.
There you go. Well done.
I'm ready to go. You hear me? What up, Venus Flytracks?
So another question came up, and they were wondering why you have not entered to be a participant in the Twitch dating game. Any comments on that?
Amani, is that a real question?
That's a real question. I'm just putting it out there. That's a real question. I'm just saying,
Oh my goodness. Are y'all serious right now? What? Oh my god! Do you know how awkward I would be on that thing? Like, if to know me when it comes to dating, baby,
you would be perfect.
My friends had me get on the Hinge. Look, I called it the Hinge.
Yes.
LV, you gotta relax. LV.
Ty, stop it, Ty.
I mean, I don't have nothing to lose. I mean, I could do your dating game.
All right, we heard it here first.
Like, I'm sweating just thinking about it.
We heard it here first. Okay, all right.
You just gonna put me on the spot like that?
The people want to know. The people, they love you. They want to see you find love, and it's possible. I know you saw 360 and Amazing 180. It's possible.
People finding love out here. People really finding love.
Yes, I'll send you the clip on the Instagram. It's there. So we're going to put that. Yes, exactly, Holly. We're going to sign you up real quick. So my final question is, I just love to let people leave with any last minute words of wisdom or advice, maybe to people who are a little tentative about streaming, or just, people who maybe have not yet started to stream. I know you said don't be scared. Anything else to share with us about your thoughts before we continue about our day?
Don't be scared. But yeah, like Nike, just do it. Like, you have nothing to lose, and especially if you're going to start streaming on Twitch, I feel like the community here is amazing. Folks are really supportive, helpful. Like, me personally, I don't think I've experienced any type of shade from any streamer. Like, when I ask a question, well, how do you do this? And that's dope. Like, people are really helpful, especially you.
Thank you.
But yeah, you just got to do it. And I will also say, don't worry about your equipment. Like, don't worry that you don't have a green screen or a Sony A900,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't believe it. My web camera is my old iPhone 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a Nikon D500, and I was using that as my webcam at one point. But it was fugazi. It just didn't want to work some days. Like, one day it would be fine, and the next day the camera wouldn't want to stay on. And if I got it to turn back on, then it have all these lines. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. But my old cracked screen iPhone 7 has never failed me. And, I purchased the OBS app, and then I purchased the Telecast OBS app, and it works just fine. My green screen, listen, My green screen.
Yes.
Listen. Cause y'all folks that know me, I don't just like to just drop money on anything. I just want to see what works first, and then if I really gotta, drop a few coins, I drop a few coins. My green screen, I went to Dollar General and bought 3 packs of green tablecloth.
As you should. Flossie showed us that.
Taped to my wall. Y'all, is taped to my wall. Okay, so I have a semi-permanent green screen. So that's why I got this little fake brick wall room situation going on. And you would have never known that unless I told you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And my little handy dandy ring light and all that, it streaming does not have to be expensive. Like, see what works for you. But just hit live. Just go live. Don't worry about the camera and having the overhead view and the logo on the screen, because I didn't have none of that when I first started,
Right.
and my channel was growing without any of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessary. I mean, it look cute. It's cute. It's cute, but it's not necessary. If you have good music and you have good energy and you can create a schedule and be consistent, I feel like that's all you need. That's all you freaking need.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being on the show. We like watching your growth.
Yes. I don't like how you put me on the spot though with that dating game. But.
Yes. You could have said no, but you said yes. So we know you wanted to say yes. That's what I'm going to say about
nice,
that.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say about that. And we're going to follow you. Put some ones and some hearts in the chat for Mr. Put those Coco emotes in the chat. Thank you very much. We're going to keep watching you.
Hold on, Amani. Can I say one thing though?
Yes.
Can I say one thing? So, because of this community that I have grown here on Twitch, I wanted to meet some of the Cocos in person.
Okay.
So I'm putting on my first event.
All right.
This June called Camp Low End Theory. I'm a music head. If you don't know me, I love Tribe. And I did camping for the first time last year during the Panasonic and loved it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what? I think I want to do this with the Cocos. So we're going to do that this June. You know what I'm saying? And I've never put on any type of event. And our early bird ended Friday. And today we had to say we are sold out.
Congratulations.
And I'm
well
like,
done.
Say what? Y'all coming to hang out with Miss Her and the Cocos? Yes. Like, I'm just, listen, I'm over the moon excited. I can't wait to meet y'all. This will be an annual thing, but shout out to everyone who bought tickets. I'm gonna see y'all in June. The cut up will commence, and it's gonna be a good time. What up, D-Man?
Will you live stream from there so we can see all y'all doing?
We'll see, because we camping and we like out there, I don't know what the Wi-Fi signal gonna be hitting on, so y'all might have to catch an Insta story or something. I don't know if it's gonna be too much live streaming out there in the sticks,
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you. Congratulations, and just keep doing good stuff.
Thank you, Amani.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
everybody.
All right. Ones and hearts. We did that in the chat. Thank you, Miss Her. All right, y'all. We are good. We're about to go on a raid. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to show you a couple more flyers. Tomorrow, we got the best 16 Missy Elliott songs curated by Nerd Chris, who's in the chat, I think. That's tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we have the Twitch newlywed game. We have Club Fro coming with his wife. We have DJ Droopy coming with his wife. And we have another couple also coming. So make sure you all tune in. It's going to be fun, interactive. The crowd and the chat can interact and ask questions and play along also. We good. So I think here, thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to everyone who came in. I saw you at the house shows in the building. Saw you there. This is good. So next week we got Lily K. Who else do we have coming next week? We have DJ Epic, and we have our guest who's going to talk to us about NFTs. So we're going to study up. Let's get ready for the raid. We're going to go over. Let me see here. Hold on for a minute. Yes, DJ Gravity One, my fellow Scratch fam right here. Good to see you. Let's see here. I think we're going to go to JMKM, previous guest with us here. And so here, we love JMKM. We're going to go to Canada. I'm going to play you all that. All right, get ready for the raid. I'm going to play you the outro song. Shout out to DJ Hey Trey for our outro music and words. And we good. Let's get ready here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to my mods, Lisa the X, Lainey Star, Songbird, London Michelle, and Holly. Appreciate y'all so much. So we'll play this song. We're going to raid. See y'all tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Yes, we do. We love JMKM. So I'm going to play this, and I will see you all tomorrow. Where's my video? Here it is. Okay.
Thank you for tuning in to Twitch University. See you next week for our next show on Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Remember, we learn together.